listeners. Here's your 93rd host to introduce the new Hollow Earth adventure, the Viking Extras. Stepping away from our usual gang of heroes/misfits, we find ourselves following a new group of people on adventures on the other side of the Hollow Earth. How will they fare?
And that's when you realize you've made a horrible mistake.
It's all right. I think they worship me as their god.
She's alive.
Deborah, there's no alcohol. It all broke.
That's no funny.
I understand what's happening now. I am on drugs.
Enjoy, loyal listeners. Enjoy.
Welcome to Fandible.com's role-playing podcast. Today we'll be playing another pulp adventures of the Hollow Earth with our intrepid adventurers starting on my right.
This is Angela getting to join in on the Hollow Earth escapades, playing intrepid girl reporter Artie Watkins.
Alrighty, and on her right.
This is Daniel, and I will be playing the well-known actor Rob Harrison.
And finally, bringing up the end of this Adventure Sunday is...
This is Jesus Rodriguez. I'm playing Claude Berkeley, former war hero, now bodyguard, famous bodyguard to some oil baron schmuck.
Yes, these three will find a way to join forces in the Hollow Earth!
See, be quiet. Slap.
Sorry. Sorry, Mr. Dooley. Alright, we'll be playing some Hollow Earth, so let's get started.
And completely unrelated news, feel free to tune into our new Kickstarter, where we start asking for money so we can actually have real sound effects.
Nick Jr. That's what I felt like doing. Okay. Welcome to the land and the time. Well, the land, the United States of America, goddammit. The time, 1935. And the scene is... You are at the hangar that houses the legendary Spruce Moose, the new airplane that is going to bring the lap of luxury to everyone in the world. It is a plane so powerful, so safe, so Americanly built. That's what they use to describe it. It's Americanly built. That nothing could sink it. Yes, of course, there's that joke that it should be called Titanic of the Air. Or Titanic 2. More Titanica. But yes, that is the logo of this flight, of a plane that no one can sink. And to prove this point, they are flying their first voyage to the Bahamas, going straight through...
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. The Bermuda Triangle. Yes, the Spruce Moose has all the luxuries you could think of. They have a place you could smoke because that's safe. There's a bar inside it. It's on the second floor. There are 2 floors to this plane. They actually talked about it could even dock and they can clear out the chairs in the first floor and make it a nice little moving ballroom for I don't know, when you're landing.
When you're rich.
When you're rich and landing in Bermuda, I don't know. And those who are going on this, there are a few pilots, there are a few everything. There's famous Yankees that are going on to this flight. There are war heroes, probably some that you know that don't like you very much. What's your name again? Claude?
Claude, yeah.
There are directors. There are scientists, there's politicians, everyone in their mother's going. And of course, who cannot forget, and this is what a lot of the female people are excited about, when his car pulls up to that hangar, Rob. Is her name Rob?
Yes.
Harrison.
Rob Harrison. You open the door to your limousine, or whatever. Yeah, it's a limousine. You step out, and the crowd goes wild. There's several flash bulbs going off as people take a camera and take pictures of you. There's people screaming questions at your way as you walk towards the hangar. What do?
He just gives them all a brilliant smile. It's like, hey, thank you. Hey, let's see you all good. Hey, looking good.
One of a reporter steps out, a guy in brim hat. He's very. His name is Peter Parker. And he's like, hey, Mr. Harrison.
Ah, good, Peter. It's been a while.
Mr. Harrison, is it true that you'll be with Deborah Barber on the next story? Where you play? What are you going to be playing in the next movie, sir?
Well, don't tell anyone. I will be playing an international spy, and she is going to be the beautiful agent that falls madly in love with me when I save the day.
As soon as you say that, a couple girls like, ah! They fall back into the other's arms. A couple people just let them drop. One woman who lets one of the female reporters drop is, of course, our ragtag reporter, R.T. Watkins. Angela, describe your character and what you do.
Ruth Taylor Watkins is an intrepid girl reporter. She grew up on a poor farm in Illinois. And unfortunately, a couple years ago, we had the start of the Dust Bowl. Because her family was barely scraping by to begin with, just totally decimated. The rest of the family has moved on to become more migrant workers, but not Ruth. That was not going to be the life for Ruth. She's studied through correspondence courses, knows enough about writing that she moved to the big city of Chicago, and she got her start in the stenographer's pool and has kind of worked her way up from there to surreptitiously be a pool reporter under her initials of R.T. Watkins.
Yes.
Which was misheard one day as Artie.
Yes, Artie. And Artie, you are actually here. Yeah, you actually take your step towards like the big shot Hollywood guy right here to ask a question before several large men who are part of your team, or you're a part of their team, step in front of you and they're shouting their own thing, and you are pushed off to the side. Not the editor's not there because that would make sense, but the kind of the team leader that's been sent off with the reporters, the report lead. He grabs you by the arm and is like, hey, okay, RT, Ruth, what you're going to be covering is, we have the 1935 U.S. beauty pageant winner going to be flying on this. Now, I really pulled some string to get you this hard-hitting case. What I need you to find out is what dietary supplements she's using to get that girth. Girl, she got girth. That's the line. That's the line. Oh, okay. That's the title we're using. I'm giving that to you, but you have to credit me. You got that?
Okay.
Excellent. Got the girth. Girl got girth. Oh man, I'm on fire. He walks off.
Baby got girth. I'm genius.
Baby got girth. Baby got girth. Okay, so you're walking towards the hangar,
Who's
Daniel. Mm-hmm. And, of course, once again, there's more flash bulbs, a couple more reporters asking more questions, and right in front of you as the doors are opened by a bunch of bellhops. They dress like bellhops, it look like, and they show off, and you're on the red carpet is the biggest plane you've ever seen, glistening in the sun. They've put wax on this thing. And the propellers are there, gleaming, and people are just oohing and awing, and the captain comes up, gives you a salute, and says, Mr. Harrison, I saw you in Death from Above, and that made me realize that being a pilot meant something. You, sir, will be the first on my plane.
Well, thank you. It was quite the experience getting to play captain. Well, what can I say? If maybe later on I can have a little turn of the wheel. Oh, completely under your supervision. Just, the photo opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, speaking of photo, he immediately grabs you by the shoulder, spins you around, and shaking your hand as like flash, and until he's pretty much blind in the face, and he's scarred for life.
-1 perception checks.
No, except I'm immune to them. Like,
oh, absolutely, and you're led into the beautiful.
Flat, like things over his eyes.
Yeah, these little second lids just like fall around.
Yeah, exactly. They're from the Hollow Earth. Okay. And you're led into a beautiful ship. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's some more people screaming with excitement. Ticker tape is being thrown everywhere. Lead paint sparklers, because it's totally safe, are being used. And as the door opens for Yankee players, more movie stars, politicians, and finally the excitement seems to die down a little bit as, the oil tycoon starts showing up. And by the time your guy comes, which is
Sebastian Filibuster.
Filibuster comes out with his beautiful daughter at his side, which you have been told not to touch.
Not to be a problem.
Which
at all.
Is because she is, while a very nice body, she has the girth. The girl got girth as well. Her face is in game terms, -1, pretty much. It's horrifyingly bad. And she looks at you, blinks those flappy eyebrows of hers, and of course, you're right in front, making sure everything looks good. And a couple of reporters are just kind of like, "Hey, look, it's Sebastian. Okay, get a couple give some filler shots. Okay.
Would Sebastian want these filler shots, or he just?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't like being...
Okay, I start suddenly trying to push people away. People who would try a little bit too hard, I might accidentally push.
Yeah, try your best. What you're gonna do is there like a cover roll? Is there a what? Is there like a?
Is that a straight brawl or?
I don't want to say brawl. You're not like doing some karate moves on their ass. Okay, this is what I want you to use. Yes. You're gonna use you can use athletics.
Mm-hmm. Have a dice, please.
Or intimidate.
How many do you need?
Well, athletics is more like you're using your skills to like, yeah. And intimidate is like, I will break that camera if you get next to this guy. So it's your choice of how you decide to...
use athletics because that's a little bit.
All right. So this is you just like throwing yourself in front of the flash bombs. No!
White is 1, red is 2, blue is 3.
Yes, okay.
5.
Wow, okay, absolutely. You just like kind of like, every time the flash bulb, your hand just seems to find the place to be like, bam, 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 bam. Oh, come on, man.
One or two people who start complaining, I just shove a little too hard and the eyeglass goes right into their eye a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
My bifocals.
I am truly sorry, unless you want me to do it again.
Ooh, yeah, they're backing up. And you walk right through with Sebastian and his daughter, Sibby. Her name is Sibby. And they lead you into the plane. And right now, by the time you get there, the party is in full swing. There's champagne being served. You hear like they actually have like a brass band playing somewhere in the plane as well. Like the Saints go marching in. People are excited, having a good time. And of course, who's also excited and having a good time is our good friend Robert Harrison. What are you doing on this plane right now?
I'm schmoozing it up. I'm like, the moment my champagne glass goes even halfway down, I'm replacing it with a new one. Always full. Just smiling, smooshing, boozing, making sure to get a few moments in with any directors. I go like, I played a pilot once, plane just about as big as this. It was a great role. I remember that one time they had me. The plane was going out of control. There was no way. The controls were just completely fried. We were going down, but no. I climbed out the window of the cockpit, stood on top, took down my tie, and I lifted that thing up. I made sure that plane landed.
Just so we get used to the roles, I'm just giving you guys all each your own role. I want you to do a performance. Is that what? Yeah, performance check on this one.
All right. Let's see.
You lifting the plane with your tie.
I believe it was actually 8. So yeah. Yeah, that's like my one big dice. Yeah, 2, I guess. So 6.
Ooh, everybody's clapping. A few directors are excited that you're talking to them. A couple actors are excited that you're talking to them. And finally, as the party has gone on for an hour, you hear a couple announcements being taken place as they start clearing the runway. And Angela and the press are allowed to go on. Of course, by this time, you're being directed to the second floor where the women are being asked to converse, to be ladylike. There's tea being served up there, and there's moderate music, but of course you have to go through the raucous shenanigans going on this first floor, where a couple of your reporter friends are.
The story is.
Yeah, the story is there. Yeah, of course, and you pass through. Make a perception check, Angela. Whatever a perception will get you. Yeah, just straight up. Straight up perception. Yeah.
2.
As you start moving towards the second, the stairway and the second, towards the second floor of the Spruce Moose, you notice somebody of a familiar face, or you should say you notice his scar. Mickey Malone. Yes, I'm stealing from the Dresden verse. Screw you. Mickey Malone is there.
He doesn't sound like a good guy.
He is a child actor. No, Mickey. Yeah, you are right. Mickey Malone is there, and you notice some of his goons. One looks like a
mob?
Chicago mob. Absolutely, yeah. They're not even like trying to hide the part that they're part of the mob. They're wearing the stereotypical suits. They have the what's it called, the fedora on. He's smoking a big cigar. And he's up there with at the bar, just smoozing it up with a few politicians.
I want to. I'm hoping that there is something like a stairwell or a doorway nearby. I want to kind of like duck against that, like hide.
That sounds like a delightful use of something.
It would be a skill that I don't have because
No. Oh, crap! Grab
there
those.
goes all the dice.
All the dice have fallen. The game's over, people. Why are you even listening anymore?
Oh my god! Ouch!
Are you okay, babe?
I pulled my back a little bit.
Oh, hon, I can get it.
And now, listeners, you know he's an old man now. So.
Oh.
Oh, screw you!
Sorry.
Fuck you all! I hate every one of you, especially our listeners. Last Architect, I'm talking to you, man.
Oh no!
Jimmy
Okay.
Vanderbilt is hard working. I'm telling you.
What would you like me to try to roll?
Please don't curse at our fans. Are the only ones we have left.
Oh god, that hurt. Okay, no. So you need something to happen. You don't. It's not a roll. You need to pay me something.
I have to pay you for that. It's bullshit. It should just be there on the ship.
Well, there's plenty. Oh, there's plenty of stairwells, but is the stairwell the what is it? The circular going uppy stairwell? Is it
Technical term.
Yeah.
Yes. Is that next to the bar? And since you paid me a fate for it, it absolutely is. So you start making your way slowly up the. What is it? Spiraling.
Spiral, yes.
Staircase, and you kind of stop on when you're nearing the second floor, and you kind of crouch down, and you hear Malone talking.
Yes.
And basically, you just hear whispers about some steel mill that he's really interested in joining forces with the politician and bringing it down. Something about a union that he doesn't find respectable, just like the Chicago politician. They see eye to eye. So that's what you hear.
Excellent. I do have my notebook with me. I always have my notebook with me, and I'm taking copious notes.
Copious notes indeed. Blue is 3.
Yes.
Make a perception check.
2.
Okay. Yeah. As you're writing, you're scribbling something down. You suddenly realize that it's a lot darker than it was just about 5 seconds ago, as if there's a shadow over you. You look up, and standing above you, crisp suit, fedora. He's about 6'8" on a bad day. Looking down, 300 pounds, probably all muscle. And you know this guy. He's the Bruiser, Bronx the Bruiser, part of Mickey Malone's crew. He's like, "Hey, Toots, what you doing?"
I dropped an earring. I was just looking for it. Could you help me?
With your pad out?
Well, it helped. I'm going to scoop it up with the pad because Butterfingers.
Make a con.
I shall. And would that perhaps be fast talk?
Yeah, it would be. It would be perfect for fast talk.
Is a 3 enough to get me through it?
No, because I want you to roll for now.
God damn it! I'm stuck on 2s.
Oof.
I'll let you go. It was 3. 3 was a good one. I just wanted you to roll a little bit. So yeah, he's like, scram, lady. If I find it, I'll be sure to give it to you. He's actually so amused with himself. He just keeps on shaking his shoulders as he walks down the steps around.
Officer and a gentleman.
And but you do know he steps up next to Malone, mumbles it, and Malone kind of raises his eyes and meets you.
Nope, I'm out.
Okay, so yeah, as he looks up, he sees ankles.
A delicate ankle.
A delicate.
Clothed in trousers.
She's a scandalous.
Okay, and of course...
you say delicate, I say chicken legs.
Sebastian's moving through and is moving to his seat. He finds this all rather disgusting. He's old money, that is. So he finds it rather bland. So he goes back to his private area. His private area on this plane, leaving you with
Sibby called her?
Sibby. Sibby wants to stay, of course, because she sees someone she recognizes, a Mr. Robert Harris. Robert Harris, as you turn around, you spot, well, the breasts say women. The face says disgusting. She gives you the big smile, crooked teeth and everything, and she's just walking towards you. But she looks fairly well classed. I mean, pearls, all the dimes.
Acting.
Yeah.
Oh,
And what are you doing as she's like moving towards?
Since he's in the private area, I have to protect her, I guess, just in case.
Yeah.
So I move out along with her.
Yeah.
Just in front of him, I see Mr. Harrison.
Ah, hey.
I saw you when Soldier Here, Soldier There.
Did you know?
You held the gun wrong.
Well,
Sibby?
yeah.
Oh, don't you even think about trying to be jealous because I'm noticing him. You know I only got eyes for one of you. Who's the lucky one? Mr. Harris, it's so good to see you. She's holding out her hands.
Good luck. I step back just a little bit further.
Acting. Well, it's a pleasure to meet a fan. Always a pleasure to meet a fan.
Oh, fan. You know, I write you every day in my diary, and I put every letter. I write a letter, and then I copy the letter. I send one to you, and then I put one in my hope chest. I do it all the time. Oh my god, I can't believe I said that. I must be so drunk. Oh my god, I need another drink. She gives you a little shake of like the glass.
I grab the glass, walk off.
And then she's talking back to you now. The captain comes on and says, okay, okay, everybody needs to take their seat, buckle up, don't worry, once we're in the air, the party can continue, and remember, nothing, you are perfectly safe. Mm-hmm. You are perfectly safe up here in Oceanic Flight
Okay.
281445.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the drink and go to Sibby and just even have to push her towards the...
It does take a little bit of a push. Not like, you don't have to like bra her or anything, but you do. She's still like shouting things to you as you're just faking a grin.
Yes, oh god. Oh my god.
Yeah, you get her to the seat, and
Okay.
of course she is all over the fact that you were so jealous. And then she sees her dad, and she can't stop explaining like how amazing it was. There were sparks in the air, left and right. And at this point,
Yes,
Sebastian. He just gets this mode where he just kind of starts nodding his head. Just nodding his head.
Okay.
Angela, you go up.
Actually, first I want to ask, because I got in a little bit of trouble for being curious, can I get a style point for playing to my flaw?
Yeah, you can. People, please, if you play to your flaw or exceptional role play, I will give you stuff. Yeah, I will take it.
Anyway.
Okay, so Angela, as you go up onto the flight deck, or not the flight deck, the second floor, and they say it's not as raucous and shenanigans, and the ladies, like, in the area around the staircase where people can look up and see them. Some of them are sitting there and sipping tea, and around them, though, are the women with the martini glasses raised up high, and laughter, and they have a couple of the cute waiters walking by, and the guy, and they're like, woo, basically what women do when people don't assume that they're put on this earth to please men. They're human beings too, and they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
I love you, baby.
I love you too.
So yeah, and you look around and you spot, of course. What was it, Debbie?
Sibby.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You didn't actually name Missy.
Deborah Montgomery, which is the 1935 U.S. beauty pageant winner. And there she stands, as every beauty pageant winner wears constantly, because they must be comfortable in a bikini. In a one suit. Yeah, absolutely. It's totally just like, she has like the sash.
She doesn't have bikinis don't exist yet.
She has the closest thing to bikini. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. This is a beauty pageant. Gross.
It's not actively the pageant right now.
Well, this is my world. Deal with it. But she's laughing with some people and just talking, and of course she's just kind of she has the tiara on. She's basically playing a role here, and you can easily tell this. And but you see her in the corner just talking to a few I was going to say politicians. I'm like, no, females. Just a few wives of barons. She is having a conversation, though.
Okay, well, I'm not going to interrupt. I'll just kind of wait for her to be finished.
Oh, are you clearly waiting for her to be finished, or are you just
No.
like sitting?
I'm off to I'm kind of standing off to this side, kind of a couple feet away from her. So enough so I can hear that she's still talking, but really I'm scanning the rest of the room to see what other juicy stories might be developing, because I know that the knowledge of the woman would often be under underappreciated. And it's like, no, these are the wives of very powerful men. It's likely they know.
That's actually a good idea. But you don't really hear anything right now. It's just basic gossip going on. But after a while, you do get a free time with what's her name, Debbie. You see the couple women move off as the captain starts, doing his things. Like, please, you got 5 minutes to get to your seat, and then we'll be taking off. And Debbie's just there. She's setting down her martini glass.
I step up. I take my pencil from behind my ear and my notebook out of my vest pocket. So I'm wearing a vest. I'm quite stylish. And I step up to Deborah. I'm like, hi, Deborah. I'm R.T. Watkins of the Chicago Tribune.
Oh, she turns around and she just gives this, award-winning smile, something that you would almost be able to respect as an actor.
Right.
And she's like, oh, my God. Ruth, what's your last? Ruth,
Watkins.
Oh, Ruth Watkins. No, I've actually read some of your stuff. You did that piece about the liver fat that they put in makeup. I actually really enjoyed that. That was really cute.
Oh, well, yeah.
Do they really slaughter the hogs like that and just put them right all in?
It's actually quite a disgusting and terrifying.
Your story right there convinced me not to try that product again. So thank you very much for that. So are you here covering the big story?
If the big story is you, then yes.
Oh, I'm the big story. She looks down at her, her outfit, and she's like, well, I guess I'm dressed for the occasion. You have to excuse me. The soap company that's sponsoring me.
Don't you have a ball gown?
Oh, no, that's for later on this evening. When the cameras are out, I have to make my obligations known to the soap company, which is Lionel Soap. Freshly clean that you want everybody to see. I know. She just rolls her eyes a little bit and says, "Oh, so you're going to be covering me? Well, I will try to be. I'll try to be interesting.
Just be yourself, miss.
If I was myself, I would not be wearing this. I'd be reading a book probably. So, hey, there's a seat over here if you want to take a seat.
Sure, yes.
Yeah, she moves over to a seat, takes a seat, and of course, this whole thing's going on. Everybody's buckling up. You have the stewardesses or the flight attendants, whatever you want to call them, both male and females, moving down the aisles. A couple of them making people put their drinks away. The brass band's already leaving. They're kicked out of the entire thing. And it seems right now, at this point, that the entire ship has turned from party to kind of commercial flight. Everybody's in their seat with their seat buckles. And the captain's on the air just explaining, what happens if the impossible happens. And something would go wrong. And, but they also have about 2 minute, they have a 2 minute, safety protocol, discussion, and then they have a 5 minute safety protocol if the alcohol runs out. That's how, don't worry, if there's an alcohol shortage, we will immediately parachute down to get, that kind of shit. They're just joking around. And with that, you hear the propeller start. And you're off, flying. It's actually quite majestic. I mean, it takes a longer time to take off because of the runway. It needs to be longer because it's just such a big fucking plane. Big damn plane. I'm sorry, this is supposed to be Hollow Earth. But you eventually take off and you sail this easily into the sky, into the American sunset. No, that doesn't make sense. Sunrise. The American skies towards Bermuda. And, of course, you started out in Florida, so just accept that.
Okay.
And you fly. And about 30 minutes after, you take off, probably a little bit sooner, the party pretty much starts up back again. People are enjoying themselves. Though some of the flight attendants are going through saying, hey, you should really remain buckled. You don't want to be standing. It's like, oh, okay. And they sit down, they buckle up. And then as soon as the flight attendant goes, they unbuckle again, stand up, and they're just doing their talking. Does anybody want to do anything while this is going on right now? Any photo ops? There are plenty of cameras.
How is Deborah handling the flight? Is she nervous?
She's a little nervous. And
sick?
No, she's not sick, but as soon as you start taking about, she reaches out and grabs your hand, just kind of out of nervousness. And after a second, she kind of removes it. She's like, "Mom, was like, I'm a Georgia girl. I don't really do flying so well. Not them Wright brothers. ain't no kitty hawk." Which kind of shows you that she knows something about history, and she kind of just leans back. And after about 10 minutes, she does complain that she's getting a little cold. And
I wonder while.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Is Sebastian City doing anything otherwise? Because I'm just staying.
well, Sibby is still talking, his ear off, and Sebastian has mastered the art of sleeping.
Okay.
So he's leaning back against the window, and occasionally he kind of made his head rest in the right place, so it kind of, when the plane jostles, it looks like he's nodding his head, and Sibby's just talking and talking and talking.
Would she notice if I just walked off to get a drink?
No, she would not.
All right. I'm off.
Okay. Daniel.
He's doing the same things before. He's schmoozing any cameras he can get his mug on. He's immediately, hey, just shaking hands.
There does
babies.
seem to be a problem. Each time you go to turn towards a waiter for a drink, you find that they are out of martinis. Your alcohol, your glass is getting dangerously low.
We're all going to die.
Is there anything you want to do about that?
Yes. I will hunt down martinis.
Okay, so the bar is there. Wait a minute.
I'm on my way.
Just so you know, the bar is there.
Excellent. I'm on my way to the bar.
You go to the bar just as Jesus' character, what's your name again?
Claude.
Arrives, and Robert, our actor friend, you arrived to the bartender, and he's just like kind of cleaning glasses, and he looks up, spots you, and says, "Oh my goodness, Mr. Rob Harris, I love your stuff. Oh, amazing. Wow, what can I get you?"
Well, I gotta tell you something. He holds up the glass. I love your stuff too. Speaking of which, think I could get a little top up on my martini here?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're lucky. We actually there was actually a kind of we dropped a lot of the stuff for some reason when the flight took off. Someone forgot to put the guard on the glasses, so a lot of our martini stuff is broken. But I got just enough for one more glass for you, sir.
Excellent.
And suddenly you hear a tisk behind you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. And the guy looks up, and it's Marcone. It's Malone. I came for my martini, and I hear that you're just giving that shit away. I'm very disappointed. I'll be taking that martini. Thank you. Straight up, Skippy. He looks towards you, gives you like a nod as if that's how it's played, and then he just leans against the bar.
So say, haven't I seen you before in the papers?
Yeah, I got one of them faces that people just can't seem to forget. You using that? He points towards your martini glass.
I swear, drink down the last. Nope, all done with it. There you go.
Yeah, he like smushes his cigar, his Cuban cigar, right into your glass and says, "Thanks, sport. Autograph that from Chicago for you." And then he takes the martini and turns around and you're right there behind him.
Okay. Did I hear the whole exchange?
Oh yeah, you heard the entire exchange.
Okay. That's kind of rude.
Oh, is that right?
Indeed.
Oh, my face is asunder with regret. Move it, scram, buddy.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, we got ourselves a problem here.
Yeah.
He reaches up and takes a sip of his martini. Hey, Bronx! We got a hero here. Hero, what's your name?
Claude.
Claude, you're Claudehead. You like that? I love it. That's the name you're going to be called, Claudehead. Mm-hmm. Why don't you take Robertson here? Robert, is that your mind? Robertson? Robbie? I like Robbie. Robbie here, he knows his place. He knows just because he can play tough in the movies doesn't mean he plays tough in real life. Mm-hmm. He gives up people who are tough. He pays the toll. Thank you, Robbie. I appreciate you playing ball.
That's what I do, sir.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. You, on the other hand, you come to my place, you come to my space, and you decide to get in my face. I don't like it. And Bronx, please get him out of my face before I make a waste. He's like Dr. Seuss.
Is Bronx in my face?
You feel a big, thick hand on your, land on your shoulder. Mm-hmm. Put your hand on my shoulder.
Bronx, I would appreciate if you get your hand off my shoulder.
Just the same part.
Okay. We're going to roll in. What's initiative?
Initiative is a secondary attribute.
So what's
your
4 for me.
Dex plus intelligence.
Okay. You might have Bronx on this one.
All right, let's see.
Because his name is Bronx, so clearly.
2.
Yeah, he's going to go first.
Oh.
As you say, I would take... what's your brawl at?
My brawl is at 6.
Okay, so he's going to... As soon as you say, like, your line of, I take your hand off my shoulder, he's going to... yeah, you know what? I'm just going to match that up. I like that. So where is everything? Oh, there it is. So how do we do damage? Like, I just attacked him and I got 4.
Well, the damage for a punch is actually 0.
Mm-hmm. So straight up just strength and brawl roll.
Yes.
So so he gets strength. So 3 plus 1. So it's 4 damage, which he can dodge.
Yes, I would say that he can try dodging.
Yeah,
How do I dodge exactly?
It is athletics. If you don't actually have dodge. Yeah, because I think dodge is a specialty under athletics.
Okay. 2.
All right, so you take 2 damage as you suddenly feel him kind of like cross-face you in the back of the head, which is not really a cross-face, it's a cross back of the head. He slams you back, kind of knocks you forward. He's like, "Hey, did you not hear? Move your ass."
Heard just fine. Bronx, and I'm just going to elbow him in the stomach.
Okay.
4.
Okay, so he's going to... You slam back, and that's when you realize you've made a horrible mistake. Because it's kind of like trying to elbow a big sack of potatoes.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of just bounces a little bit. And there's just like a moment of silence.
I slowly turn around.
And he's just gonna try to pop you right in the face. Daniel, he's gonna. Do you want to do initiative at any point, or what do you do?
I'm smart enough to know not to get in the way.
All right.
I know how to fake throw a punch.
5.
Okay, so he misses.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he misses, and you can take a swing at his
Uppercut him.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, you uppercut him good. Daniel, as you quickly move away, you slam into the bartender who was rushing back to say, "Hey, I got another martini, no fighting. Only for him to suddenly fall back, dropping all the alcohol onto a nearby like cigar ashtray. Suddenly, the ashtray falls over and ignites that entire seat on fire.
Of course it does.
Okay.
There you go. You paid it. So as you move away,
what's
as
the point of having a danger magnet?
The alcohol falls right onto like the guy smoking. It suddenly, or it wasn't even like an ashtray. He was like about to ignite something. He gets soaked with alcohol, screams, drops it on him. The alcohol suddenly ignites on his pants. He screams, and it suddenly gets on the seat. That sets a fire, and of course, sits abroad. So you clock Bronx across the face, and he stumbles back, falls over a chair, and suddenly you feel you know McCone's is trying to pull a weapon on you. Malone.
I'm going to grab his wrist right before he pulls it out.
Let's see who does it first. So what was your initiative?
I completely forgot. Was it 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got suddenly you before as you turn around to grab his wrist, you suddenly see he has a pistol out and he's just holding it to your head.
It was just a fist fight. Don't bring out guns in a fist fight. That's just rude.
Back off, buddy. This ain't the Yankees. This is Chicago style. We don't do just fist fights. And suddenly
I guess you're going to have to shoot me on a crowded plane, aren't you?
I've done worse. But as soon as you said it, he does start looking around, and there are several people. You actually see some they do have security, not security, but there's like the New York, police guy.
Don't worry, think about it. Take your time.
And of course, at this point, people are rushing forward to throw some water on the on the airplane that's going nuts. On the fire that's starting to, and they handled that, but definitely there's smoke lingering in the air, and he just kind of holds his hand back and says, "Oops, I'm sorry. I thought I was defending the peace," and he puts it back in the holster. You see a shadow suddenly come behind you, but he holds up a hand, and Bronx has a chair in his hand, and Bronx kind of straightens his tie, sets down the chair, and he's like, "My bad, I thought this guy was trying to rob me. You gotta be more careful where your hands go, buddy."
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, And you just made a big one.
I'm sure. Bronx, watch your step next time, would you? I walk past him. Can I get a point for stubborn?
Yeah, you can. Are you stubborn? Is that your weakness?
Oh, yep, that's my weakness.
Yeah, you can. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Your shoes are ruined, Robbie.
Yes, they are. Look around. Merry flames. Well, this is going to be an eventful trip, isn't it? And as I see, like, a couple of people, like, just sort of looking, like, and you all just got a preview of the coming scene of one of my upcoming movies. You're all very lucky individuals. I'll be right back.
And as I walk back, halfway back, I'm like, I didn't get the bourbon.
Yeah.
Hell with it.
Yeah, but the good news is Sibby's realized her father is sleeping, and she's noticed you come back in time.
Oh, fuck.
And Angela, the lingering smell of smoke fills your air, as well as it sounds like there's a fight going down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check it out.
Well, as soon as you stand up, Debbie's right behind you, just kind of curious. She's like, "What are you doing?" That's where the boys are staying.
There's clearly some sort of commotion going on down there. I need to see if it's worth reporting on.
Okay, let's go.
Whoa.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought you were supposed to be covering me. So
why don't you work on covering yourself at the moment if there's an emergency happening?
She smirks at you. Cute. Let's go. Gets my mind off flying. And as you guys move together towards like the stairwell, you kind of kneel down. You see this guy walking away and saying, "Bronx, watch where you step." All cowboy and everything. And you see Merlone straightening his jacket. You see actually a cop, like somebody, like you know him as the police commissioner down in New York. I don't know why he's here. He comes up to Merlone. He's questioning him about something, and they're having a heated discussion. But you do notice Bronx is looking up towards you, just glaring.
I glare back. I stick my tongue out at him.
Okay.
I'm in my space. He can't get out my case for looking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that is a little bit of fun that happened during the flight.
Yeah.
It's a free country.
Hour 3, and you're well over the ocean, just flying away. By this point, you are bored.
I should have gotten that bourbon.
And you kind of wish he pulled the trigger by this point. Claude, she's still talking, and once someone came up and mentioned that you got in a fight, she was willing to be your nightingale.
Oh, for the love of God.
But you just have to keep on reminding yourself that the only thing you had to promise Sebastian was you wouldn't touch his daughter.
Oh, that, trust me, did not happen.
Okay, Robert. You have found shoes.
Yeah, he's bored. I'm drunk.
Yeah. You're sitting back. You have new shoes, and if anybody's noticing, one of the waiters do not. So they're not, they're
Nice.
cheaply made, but they're shiny. You can deal with that for now.
Yeah.
So
I've ordered props before.
you wore props before, exactly. It was actually the waiter that was at the bar.
Excellent.
So you got his shoes, and you signed your shoes to him. It works out either way. And Angela, of course, you are, just she's getting a little bit more nervous each and every minute you're flying. Like at first she was kind of fun, but now she's just kind of staring straight ahead and chewing on her bottom lip. She's scared of this. She's being scared.
RT blows her hair out of her eyes and tries for like the 15th time to get a conversation started. Makeup hasn't worked. Dresses haven't worked. Not that she can talk very long on these subjects, but she's been trying.
You used every topic that your editor has given you to talk
Yep.
about.
Where'd you grow up in Georgia?
Oh, Appleton, Georgia. She seems a little hesitant, but getting to talk. I was trying to be a school teacher, and I did pretty good for a while. And family needs money. You start relying on your looks when they ask you to. So, Appleton, Georgia. I'm sorry, it's a small little town. My mother was a school teacher there.
So your mother was a school teacher. You wanted to be a school teacher.
I was a school teacher.
You were a school
For
teacher.
one semester. I was, and none of them boys ever missed. Never missed. The boys had spotless attendance, even during the farming season. They made sure to at least arrive at lunchtime to give me whatever they wanted to give me, the potatoes and whatever gifts they picked for that day. I was popular, clearly.
But you were forced to give up your dreams.
I wanted my mother. She was a little sick. She's better now. She's much better. But you go to the doctor so many times, the medicines start costing an arm and a leg. So I ended up, I heard about the pageant, and I've always been talented. She kind of rolls her eyes, and I joined up, and who would know that they lacked my charm? And I'm very grateful. Lionel Soaps, they've been very good to me and my mama.
They've been very good to you after you were forced into a life of selling your body.
Please don't print that. Please, Lionel Soaps it's been good to me. I mean, this whole facade is what it is.
They've been good to you, but you haven't been allowed to follow your dreams, and now you're in a flying death trap.
Ruth, you can't write that. I'm very glad to be here.
No, you're not. I know a bullshitter when I see one.
Language, please.
Oh, you grew up in Appleton, Georgia.
Boom, boom, boom. Suddenly, the entire plane just shakes violently, and everybody's like, oh! It was just turbulence, and then there's like a minute of just smooth riding.
And he's there like,
It's gone.
I don't know what's in this drink, but I'll have another.
That actually brings a few people to laugh, like, and suddenly, boom, 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 boom. The plane suddenly, it seems like something just rocks it, like something lands on top, that pushes it down and pulls it back up.
Is there something on the wing?
There's nothing on the wing, as one guy says there was something on the wing, but he's been saying that for hours. Yeah, so Shatner's locked away. But, there's another. Probably for the best. And the plane's now just another moment of just silence, and you hear the pilot gets on. He's like, I want to apologize, everybody. We seem to be hitting some turbulence as we cross into the triangle, but just, the sea fog and everything gets in the wing. Don't worry about it. We should. Oh, boom, 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 boom. And now everybody needs to make a athletics check or acrobatics, depending on what you do. Athletics allows you to like cling on for dear life, while acrobatics allows you to not to kind of gracefully absorb.
If you have neither, you are at a -2 on your dex.
And do I have to give you how many successes? Right?
You can give it to us beforehand, or you can give it to us after.
Yeah, you need 3 successes to avoid any damage. And you got 4. Jesus has 4, so as Sibby, she's finally just kind of clonked out after whatever meeting against her father, but the jarring does wake her, and as she turns to you, ask what's going on, you feel suddenly the entire plane just tilts and shudders, and you're able to grab onto the seat as you feel, you hear groaning of metal happening. And you folks,
I've got acrobatics, so I'm gonna
gracefully try to.
Okay.
I'm buying myself an extra die.
3,
so I just make it.
Wait, did you say what our minimum was?
3. So, Mr. Robertson, as your luck works both ways. Sometimes really bad things happen, but sometimes really good things.
Yep.
As suddenly you hear the screeching of metal against metal, the waiter that's been trying to talk you up again, the guy that you're wearing his shoes, falls down on you as the ship shudders and kind of keeps you in your seat, and that's what you're able to, gracefully use him as a human shield from that. But he slams his face painfully into the smoking table right next to you, and he falls off you unconscious, blood pouring down his face. Angela?
Failed.
And let me see how young lady, she has a dex in, what's athletics? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you both are, as you guys are just chatting up about it, you actually are flung out of your seats, both of you, because you haven't been wearing your seatbelts, and you slam against the wall.
It was chafing her, because she has all this skin exposed.
Yeah, it was chafing her, and you wanted to follow suit to make her not feel like it was weird. A lot of people aren't wearing seatbelts, because nothing could happen, they said. And you slam face first right into the wall. She slams against, the side of the floor, and then she slides into towards the spiraling staircase as the plane is now tipping on its side. You take 2 points of damage.
Holy crap.
How many points of damage can you take?
I only have 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
non-lethal, but yeah.
Yeah, they're non-lethal. 2 points of damage are non-lethal. Those heal up pretty quickly, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. The plane is now on its side as, you hear another ripping as something slams into it, and you actually see the side of the plane that you're on next to Sebastian dome inward as if a giant fist slams into it. Mm-hmm. And then you just feel like you look over to your left as it looks like the metal is being pulled apart on the other side, and you see like the blinding light of what the fuck ever.
Okay.
And Sibby is screaming as she is also thrown off of her seat and onto the ground, and she's kind of just rolling just towards the cracks forming against the side of the wall. Sebastian's not moving. Like, his head was against the wall when it something slammed into it.
Well, then I'm going to try to grab Sibby before she falls through a crack.
Okay, so you need to go towards Sibby, and you right now, you see you're holding on for dear life as people are just panicking. Some are trying to get to their seats, trying to buckle up. You see the bleeding bartender right in front of you, and with another jerk, you see that he's going to be flopping around and probably crash into more stuff and probably die if you don't get him up. But it's your choice. It would be a danger to you.
Yes, it would. Let me load my stats real quick. See here. What? Yeah, if we survive this, people might remember. So, like, with a curse under my breath, I try and, while hanging on with one hand, try and sort of, grab to him and, bring him closer.
Strength, and what else do you think could help with that? Strength, athletics?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, strength. You're trying to pull him into the seat next to you, which is thankfully empty, because that was where your bear was being held.
Mm-hmm. Your beer chair.
So I'm going to say just 2. How about that? Just need a 2. That seems like a medium difficulty.
2?
Yeah.
2 is pretty easy.
Yeah, 2 is pretty easy.
All right. I only get a 1.
You can always spend a fate point if you want to make it happen.
I won. How did the fate point?
You can spend 1 afterwards to get 1.
That's GM fiat.
Yeah.
There's technically no rule for spending it afterwards.
Yeah, you can spend it one afterwards, but you just get 1 point. If you spend it before, you get 2.
If you spend it before, then you buy a new die.
You get 2.
Okay.
Oh, you get 2 die then. 2 1 dice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But if you spend 1, you get automatically 1 afterwards. But you have to choose which one you want. You can't have. You can't.
So, in
choose
this
both.
case, it's already after. But yeah, I'll spend it. Save the bartender.
Yeah,
Save the world.
you scoop down and you scoop him up, and he's kind of mumbling in his feet as he's still bleeding profusely. He took a really good clonk on his head. You throw him onto the seat just as there's another shudder. Right where he was laying, a seat actually has come off and slams down. The person in the seat that's been buckled up because, hey, they were safe. Their neck connects to the floor into a very sharp crack, and they just continue tumbling by. The bartender would have died. No. And you have him, and you're strapping him in as there's another as the plane is being thrown left and right. It's now feeling like one of those you guys characters wouldn't know this, but you guys those whirl twirls at the at the fair.
Whirly go-rounds?
Yeah, whirly go-rounds where they kind of spin you up. It feels like the plane's like that. Angela, you are against the wall. Your shoulder is killing you as you slammed into it, and you see what's her name screaming Debbie as she's she's trying to get towards the seat, but the inertia is pulling her towards the spiral staircase where the spiral staircase is no longer there.
Oh,
she's going to be
crap.
fallen. So what do you do?
Is there because I have nothing that would actually help because I'm a talker, not a doer. Is there a cord from the curtains that I can throw to her?
Is there?
Is there a cord from the curtains?
You-
You're such a freaking stickler for this. I'm not this bad, am I, guys?
I know, but I'm using them. I'm trying to be good about passing, giving stuff. So yeah, you grab a cord from the nearby that luck as fate would have it had fallen next to you, the intrepid reporter, and you sling it towards her. Do you have anything that's acrobatics,
Nope.
or do you have any athletics?
Nope.
Do you have anything throwing?
No. I told you, I'm a talker, not a doer.
Angela, add 1 to acrobatics. Just add 1. You get 1 point of acrobatics, and just so you're not just useless ever.
I mean, what are you, Daniel's character?
I mean, Daniel has
No,
some.
I have some acrobatics. I have some stealth.
Do you have athletics?
I have acrobatics with a specialty in tumbling.
I'll give you 1 in athletics for just a normal. Yeah, 1 in athletics for you, and you get Any...
I do not have. Was it diplomacy or whatever? Yeah, I have intimidation, but
I'll give you. You know what you're going to get? You're going to get leadership. 1 in leadership.
all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I'll give you guys that because that seems like. Yeah, I think I just made up leadership. But whatever.
Okay. Actually, no, I have orders. Does that count?
Oh, yeah.
Because I have under intimidation.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? You get 1 and in performance. You can fake man, or do you want etiquette?
I would say con is would be more.
Con.
Con.
You get 1 in con.
Okay, con it
Okay,
is.
ready? So Angela, you get what? So you're going to try to toss the lasso to her.
Yes.
2. That's enough. You throw it, and just as she's about to tumble, she does tumble over actually, but she grabs on just in time, and she's screaming as you're just holding on for dear life, and Debbie's screaming, "Oh my God! I should have stayed in Appleton."
Is there any place that I'm just asking. I'm not dictating.
No, you're not.
Because I can't buy it.
I know.
Is there something that's solid that's bolted down? I can.
Yeah, there's the chair legs. And they're all bolted down.
Okay.
Some of them have decided to become unbolted.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, but there is the seat that you were on is bolted. Yeah.
All right, so I want to tie that off, and then I'm still holding on to the thing and trying to pull her up, but I'm also pulling myself along. So hopefully, I can eventually reach an arm down to pull her up.
And David, I'm sorry, Jesus.
Yes.
Jesus, your character, Claude. Sibby is falling towards the crack, which is getting significantly bigger, and more blinding lights happening,
Okay.
is
I'm
streaming
try to rush
through.
her, grab her hand while grabbing onto a chair that's still bolted down.
So that's going to be athletics, I'd say.
Yes, it is.
So you're going to dive, trying to grab onto her foot.
Well,
If you miss, she's going through the crack.
What did I need for the roll?
You need a 3.
I have it.
You have a 3?
Average 3, yes. Because I have athletics total of 6.
Okay, so yeah, you dive and grab her by the foot as you see like a portly man. It looks like he was probably some mayor in Florida. He just flies right by her screaming, and it almost seems like he catches himself on the sides, but he's sucked out suddenly by something and screaming, and it pulls him out, a very big man, through a very small gap.
Oh.
So, and of course Sibby's screaming as you're just holding on, your muscles are flexing in your arm. It's basically a scene that would happen in where, it shows his muscles are tightening as you feel a force trying to rip her out of your arms.
I'm being paid to hold on to you. I'm being paid to hold on.
This is not, don't confuse this with an attraction of any way.
This is my job.
Yeah, so the plane continues to spin. It continues to spin. Daniel, you're holding on for dear life. You're kind of like, the waiter is like just laying there limply, but you assume he looks like he's breathing. You hear occasionally the crackle of the intercom as the pilot's trying to scream something for everybody to get in their seats, hold on, but it's kind of not making sense because everything is just going too quick. So for some people it's going too slow. For some people it's going too fast. It doesn't make sense. And suddenly, with a horrible crunch, you feel like something uppercuts the fucking plane, flipping it, lights out. Now let's see. 1, 2, 3. Jesus. Claude suddenly feels... Claude has a memory. It's one of his best memories when he was in the war. He met a French girl. She was beautiful. And it was short-lived. It wasn't like you were in love, but what she did for you was she made you relax. The war was hard. And she's one of the small glimmers of goodness that you remember from the war. And you remember there's this beautiful scene when you woke up to her kissing on your neck. And that's just what's happening right now. You feel the soft lips of the French girl. You don't even remember her name at this point. Moving up your neck slowly. But then in your dream, it slowly turns from kisses to kind of just one consistent lick. And then a big bit of drool on your face. And then you realize that her tongue is ginormous. And there's, oh my God, there's trees around you. And there's a blinding light that seems to be right in your face. And oh my goodness, there's a giant lizard looking down at you.
I try to grab for my gun and realize I don't have a gun.
It kind of starts as well, like kind of not knowing what it was. It looks like it was just like licking up the blood that was around on you, and it kind of huffs and it backs up and is stomping loudly. 3 horns and are you an educated man, or do you know of? Would you know dinosaurs? How popular were dinosaurs in the 1930s?
Pretty popular.
Yeah,
That's no.
It's a triceratops, and it. As soon as you shoot up, like what? It freaks out, like, and it looks giant to you, but it has some features that kind of tell you that it's a baby. And it's...
But it's still giant.
It's stomping around, and it's backing away from you as if... and it starts letting out a wail, like...
Wait.
And then it takes off. It takes off into the shrubbery.
I take a look around. That happened.
You're laying in a forest. The trees above you... there are trees above you that have been... completely ripped, like where you assume there was be leaves and branches they're just stripped. So it's as if God reached down and slapped them across the way. And as you follow where the leaves had been ripped apart, you suddenly come into the sight of over a cliff. Because you're on a cliff, it looks like, but if you keep on going, it's like the cliff, there's soil, but there's taller trees at the base of the cliff, which allows you to also, there's also like a lot of leaves that you're looking down on, a lot of trees that you're looking down on. And you see right there the spruce moose hanging from, well, you know, you've heard rumors of redwoods before. But damn, these trees are giant. You're on a cliff, and it's kind of like eye level with you. It's on top of the tree leaves, and it's creaking and groaning.
Is there anywhere else around me before I...
Oh, there's pieces around you. Let's see. Let me see. On a roll of a 3, on a roll of a 2, there'll be somebody around you.
Okay.
There is someone that you recognize nearby, strapped to his seat. Sebastian. He's not moving.
Sir, just slap him a little bit. Feel first heartbeat.
Yeah, it's gone. He's nowhere.
Shit. Sibby!
Yeah, you spin around, screaming for Sibby, and you do not see her. But suddenly from the distance where the plane is, because it's a good, I'd say 100 yards away, on the top of the trees, you hear suddenly a scream. Ice...
Of course. Oh, I'm gonna try to Tarzan it.
There's no like bud, but climbing the trees.
I'm trying to climb trees over branches and stuff like that.
Yeah, great. You will get to you. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, I didn't think that went through, did I? 1. You wake up to feel like a pat on your face a few times, and you kind of sputter to life. And there's the butler. Horrible nugget on his head, a giant nugget of just swelling and pain, is staring at you and say, "Mr. Harrison? Mr. Harrison, you there?"
Is it happy hour yet?
Someplace, but not right now, sir. Oh, God, we crashed real bad, sir. I just want to say you saved my life. I was kind of in and out of it. I think you were the one that strapped me to the seat, right?
Yes, that was me, and...
he kind of helps you up, and you kind of are woozy as the blood rushes back into your face, head, and actually, you know what he does is you kind of like, oh no, it's fine, and then you notice like he kind of wraps his arms around you, and he's like pulling you down because you are actually sitting upside down in the plane. The plane is actually landed upside down.
Okay,
and he kind of helps you down, and you guys now are standing on the first floor ceiling.
Oh my! Well,
yeah, we crashed real good. I don't even know where we are. I mean, we were over oceans, and I'm hearing birds and stuff, and we ain't sinking. I mean, I looked outside. It looks really green. It looks real green. Green.
Mr. Green.
Mr.
Must
Green.
have crashed on an island. One of those famous Caribbean islands full of exotic natives and opportunities for adventure. I did a movie like this once. Come, let's find the other survivors.
Okay, so I want you to do you can do a search, perception roll to try to find survivors.
Yeah, this one. Right. Just one.
Oh, good. You don't. You find someone, but you didn't roll good enough to make it a good one. You suddenly see a hand come out, and it's like you see. It's weird because you see a giant pile of of seats against one of the walls, like one of the cracks. It looks like it was sucking the seat, like everything out this crack as it crashed. And you think to yourself, "Oh my God, no one could." Suddenly, a hand comes out and it's holding trying to get some help. And the bartender's like, "Oh, over there!" And he goes over and he's trying to pull off the seats. And are you going to help?
Yeah.
As you get out, suddenly, as you finally pull off like one of the final seats, Bronx looks up. Nose is all messed up, bloody as hell, and like under him, like he's protecting like his little duckling, is Malone. And Malone looks around and he has that shark look in his eye, like he wants to fuck someone up. But who to blame here? Who's to blame? Who does he shoot for trying to kill him? The pilot? Maybe. He's like, "What the hell's going on?" Oh, well, this is Malone. Bronx isn't talking. He's bleeding.
Okay. Mr. Malone, was it? It looks like we've crashed. If you could help us find the other survivors so we can get off this plane and see what we can do about getting back to
Survivor. I'm good on that one, Robbie. Thank you very much. Hey, come on, Bronx, get the hell up. And he's pushing himself, pulling himself out of the crap area. And he's like, "Where's the pilot?"
Well, probably near the cockpit. He looks at the bartender, who probably knows the plane a little bit better. I'm all turned around here and upside down as well.
Yeah, the bartender's like, I'll go check on the pilots. You guys stay here and just continue looking for. And Malone gives him a look, as in like, "Don't tell me what to do." And the kid just holds up his hand and he's taking off running. Angela, you kind of wake up. And you are huddled at some... You both are huddled against the corner. You and Debbie. And, Debbie's just kind of leaning against you. Kind of child and mother pose, as you can assume. But very much awake. And as you look around, that's actually a very uncommon thing. A lot of death. A lot of people just not moving.
Uh-oh.
What are you like, Sam? What are you like us?
Oh, boy.
Oh boy. Da, 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 da. Al, what's going on? Oh, jeez. Landed in the Hollow Earth.
Kind of extricate myself from Deborah and stand up and try to survey what's happened. We're upside down. We're standing on the ceiling.
You are standing on the ceilings. The chandelier they had hanging is actually crashed, and it's like a lot of glass surrounding you guys. I wonder that you guys didn't cut in half.
Is Deborah wearing shoes with her bathing suit?
She wore heels, but she had kicked them off during the flight, kind of to relax, so she's not. And as soon as you moved, she wakes up and she's screaming bloody murder because...
Whoa.
Empathy, try to calm her down.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Oh, try
I
to
don't
use...
feel for people.
No, I don't. I calm them. I get them to talk to me. I don't talk to them.
You can try.
Yeah, hey, no need for that. No, just, we need to remain calm. Remember, they gave us the safety talk about this. Everyone knows exactly what they're supposed to be doing here, and the safety talk did not include screaming.
Okay, two difficulty.
Is this actually for my fast talk?
Yeah, this is
all right.
I will give you fast talk because that's ridiculous.
3.
Okay, 3. Okay, I'm going to make it a little more difficult for next time, but okay, for now.
I keep running into that too. It's like I keep wanting to put difficult
because I don't want to like screw you guys over on this earlier. But okay, yeah.
I'd say aim for like 4s and 5s for relative
from now on. Okay.
difficulty.
So how about we start now? 4.
Oh, okay.
So let's try. Yeah.
Don't listen to me, Billy.
Nope.
No, they did not tell us what to do in this situation. They told us what to do if we ran out of alcohol. I know what to do if there's no alcohol, but I don't know what to do when there's...
Deborah, there's no alcohol. It all broke.
That's no funny. She's crying against your shoulder now.
I'm not actually laughing. Angela is laughing because I think that's witty.
Okay, you hear this screaming coming from upstairs, and Malone looks up, and he's like, "Hey, Bronx, check out the broads, see if there's any in there."
Yeah, look at Bronson. Well...
Hey, Robbie, how about you make yourself useful and help him out?
I was about to sir.
All right, so yeah.
So I
There's no
start.
staircase anymore.
Oh yeah. Bronx
stop.
actually goes to the staircase, and he looks at where the staircase, and he groans, and he looks towards you, Robert, and he's like, "Hey, I'll give you a boost."
That's just what I was hoping to hear.
All right, he's
Yep.
okay. If the plane's upside down, no, it doesn't need to be. It wouldn't need to. He looks down actually because
Oh yeah.
yeah. He's like, hey, I'll lower you down. He grabs you by the arm, and he's like, he helps pushes. Yeah, he helps pushes you down. and drops you. You land, clatter, clatter, clatter as you stepping on some glass. But not like...
Right.
Yeah, you stole those shoes just in time.
Yeah, I did.
And, some light is peeking through the cracks, some are through the light, but you do see the huddled masses of these two in the corner as they're arguing about what to do about the alcohol, what to do about the alcohol.
And so I immediately, as soon as I see them, strike
damsels in distress.
Damsels in
Strike a
distress.
pose.
Yeah. Worry not, I'm here to help.
You know what?
See, look.
You can do a fast talk or a charm or empathy. Do you have any of that?
Yeah, I do. I've got empathy. I've got performance.
What do
acting.
is this more of a performance of being a hero? I mean,
Yeah, of course. He's not really a hero.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You could try performance to try to calm her down because and it's going to be a 4 because
That's my average.
Okay,
That's what I do. Acting acting is what I do.
She gets up and she kind of looks around for shoes. She's not wearing shoes and there's glass everywhere.
So, you want me to look for shoes?
No. What do you guys want to do? She looks down. She's like, I can't class. There's glass everywhere.
I look around and like, it's all right. You lady, just stay still, and I will find some shoes for you. I'm very good at this.
I like
I am
that.
a pro at this.
Daniel, you're amusing me, and Angela, you guys, and Jesus, you'll get one soon. You can find shoes. You find out. Well, where do you look for shoes? I mean, there are plenty of shoes.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. It's like look down, at. I know this is a personal question, but what size are you again?
She looks towards you, looks towards him. 7. Does that look big for a woman?
No,
I'm sorry.
Pretty small.
11.
Yeah, there you go.
11.
Dainty.
She kind of looks away and then looks towards you, and she's like, "I grew up on a farm."
I know. Appleton, Georgia.
So yeah, he finds the closest dead female that looks about the right size. I'm very sorry. I hope if you ever saw any of my movies, they brought you a little bit of joy into your life before it inevitably ended.
This is so terrible.
Okay, you pull off some flats. They're just simple flats, and you kind of, it's from it looks like a flight attendant that had been up here, and you kind of toss it towards her, and she puts them on. They don't fit well. You've actually found a pair of shoes that actually, 0 awful to, I'm going to say 0 awful, 1 okay to perfect.
Awful.
Yeah, they're not. They're actually. You found a way to make them too big. You found a woman with a freakishly bigger feet than her. She puts them on and she kind of waddles through, and then she looks up and there's Bronx, and he's like, "Find anybody?"
Yes, I found a couple of damsels in distress. It's all right though. I'm going to look at the reporter here. You two know each other by any chance?
Nope.
He kind of just glaring at you, big old bloody nose, now swollen.
Nope. Face doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, you say that. Come on. The boss wants to see... I mean, come on. You're being rescued. Whoa. I'm having an existential crisis here. He holds down out of hand. Big gorilla paw.
Yeah, I help the ladies up.
Great. Yeah, you guys are being pulled up, and as you're the last one up, and as you're grabbing, you grab onto something... grab onto a pipe as you're pulling yourself up. You hear it snap, but you're able to pull yourself up, and then you continue climbing. What you both don't notice is but if this was the camera would slowly pan towards the pipe that you just broke. And it's a fuel line, and it's dribbling down into the water. Down into the
fuel line. It's so easy to get to. I know.
Oh yeah,
Because I'm a danger magnet.
yeah. It's a danger magnet, and it's trashed, completely trashed. Usually it wouldn't be.
Yep.
And Jesus, you have been Tarzaning it up. I'm going to say 3 athletics. You already passed it because that's your thing. You're not going to fall to your death. So you finally get to the plane, and you actually get to the cockpit first. Okay. And since it's upside down, you actually see like the window. You're looking through the window, which busted through completely.
Okay. I look through the window, and I'm assuming the pilots are
perfectly fine. Hey, how you doing, sport? No, they're dead. They are deader than dead. One actually has no head. It has has like a branch, that went through the bottom of the ship, for the plane, up his rectum. It looks like, and ripped his head off. So he has a branch head.
Sorry, man. Bad way to go.
Tell me about it. Oh.
I'm going to go through the window and try to go through the...
Yeah. As you're like pulling yourself halfway through the door, it's like swings open, and there's like you recognize him as the bartender, and he's like,
They're dead. It happens. Move over.
He kind of steps to the side and kind of jumps down because it is on its side. Okay. So he's on the ceiling, and he looks towards the horribly dead guy who's, we'll call Captain Branch Rectum, and then his co-pilot who is just kind of just dead.
Seen a dead body before?
I grew up on a farm, and we killed cattle.
Puke bag. You keep on that. I walk past, right straight through.
Alright, so...
Sibby, you in here?
Alright, so you guys have come together just as, like, the butler, the bartender, he's following behind this guy as he's calling for Sibby. Mm-hmm. And from the looks of you, you, Debbie, bartender. 7 people have survived. Okay. Bronx,
and
Malone, the reporter, the actor, the bodyguard, and the bartender, and the bombshell.
Okay. Damn. I'm not going to be paid for this shit. Oh, well. What a sad, sad day. I try to say as depressed as possible.
What in the hell happened? Hey. What's your name, kid? My name is Johnny, but you can call me John if you want, sir, or John, sir, or Little John, whatever you want to call me. I know I've read about that. Hey, shut up, okay? We're going to call you Jay. Okay, Jay. What'd the pilot have to say?
Pilot's dead. Both of them.
Well, good. Comma's a bitch. What's where we at? Where we land on some sort of
We're on top of some trees, actually.
You making fun of me?
No, we're on top of some goddamn trees.
Are you? Oh, you think you're real cool? No, sir. I'm looking out the window. There's actually trees. You son of a bitch. He's looking. Yeah, it looks like for a second he's going for his piece because he's pissed. But that actually deflates his anger immediately. He's like, "Oh my god, we are on top of trees!"
Jesus Christ!
And he looks through and he's like, "Okay, that's interesting." And you suddenly hear the squeal of like the speakers as if like there's like a delay. There's like just a long like, and then suddenly there's a spark, and one blows above your head, and you guys are kind of like that, like lower yourself.
We need to get out of this plane now.
Hey! This is probably the safest place to be right now.
Shut the hell up!
Oh, don't you even think about it. He reaches for his gun, and suddenly, you say no.
Okay. Wait, you want me to say something?
Yeah, what are you going to say? He's like, he starts reaching for his gun.
I just looked straight at him and was like, I know exactly who you are. Street Shark Malone. And in the mean streets of Chicago, you're probably king, right? No, you know the streets like the back of your hand, right?
Yeah.
Well, this ain't fucking Chicago, asshole. This is the mean...
Could we... And Bronx leaves. It's like, can we keep the F word up? Come on, this is a hollow word.
Oh, okay, sorry. This is Chicago, you jerk.
I like it.
Okay, all right.
You bastard.
You bastard. This is the middle of a goddamn forest. I've been in forests. I know how to survive in forests. So if you want to, be the big man, act all tough while I...
Two of you, make a perception roll.
Yes. While we're making us stay goddamn alive. You happy with that? Or you go ahead, shoot the only guy who knows what the hell he's doing.
Oh, do you think I need you? You think I need anybody? You don't think you're the first champ that's ever...
Just one. Yeah.
You smell smoke.
Gentlemen? I smell smoke, and as they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. Maybe we should be moving.
Yeah, as you start sniffing around, you do notice there is a hint of smoke in the air, and you look towards the bottom. Yeah, it would be the bottom. You notice flames are starting to come from that, and you remember that spark might have ignited something from the speakers.
Okay, we need to get out there. We can have this conversation later.
There's another like spark as it seems like the plane keeps on trying to like. There's a battery or something that keeps on trying to activate, and you hear another the lights around you actually turn on for a second, and there's a sputtering of some radios, and the propeller right next to you on a wing starts up briefly, and it tears a good chunk of the branches away, and suddenly you feel the plane just. It only starts the propeller for a second, and then it stops again, kind of, and then you feel the plane jostle loose.
Oh hell!
Everybody's just kind of frozen as the plane's just kind of teetering. And you hear the smoke behind you building. I'm looking at you. Everybody else is like this frozen right now as you're just waiting for it to happen. But you feel like the weight is still shifting.
So we're good at climbing trees because we're going down now.
I think that's going to happen no matter what.
Good point.
Okay.
So
how are you getting out? So
where's the exit?
The exit is currently is up pretty high because you guys are on the ceiling now. You'd have to climb up somewhere. How do you get out? There's some cracks, but you would be kind of climbing under the plane at that point.
Were there any full-length windows?
No.
Okay. Is there any wires or ropes around that I can...
There's a cockpit.
We're going out the cockpit.
Run! Okay, everybody, you're making an athletics roll 4. Athletics roll 4.
I'm going to waste one of my points.
Yeah.
Just in case.
You said that one style point will get us 2 die?
Yeah, 1 style in the very beginning.
2.
Alright.
Spending a style point.
Okay.
Because I don't have athletics, so...
I'm going to give you 1, Angela, because I liked your little speech right there.
So give me a red, please.
Can I get one for telling it to Malone? Street Shark?
And-
Thank you.
Actually, I spent 1 before.
Yeah, this
I'm
is the
spending
one.
1 more, bringing me up to 4.
Okay.
Wait, so you know I'm going to spend the last 2 to make it to 4.
Okay.
So there we go.
Nice.
Okay, you guys are taking off like a bat out of Hades. Wow, okay, Debbie is fucking Jane.
She grew up on a farm.
Not bad. Okay, you guys are taking off running just through trying to get there because as soon as one of you just takes a step forward, like, okay, everybody, do this really. As soon as you take 1 step, it starts shifting again. And it's kind of like, yeah, there's no sneaking out. Run. So you guys are bolting it through this broken ass, the spruce moose, as it's slowly starting to shift from, hey, it's on its back to it's on its side. So you guys are not only dealing with, like, stuff falling down from, like, the side of the ceiling and trying to hit you, you're dealing with a shifting floor as well as you're moving towards the exit in front of you. The first one is out is easily Jesus. So wait, who got an automatic for?
Oh, shit.
Angela, you are just pulling yourself out easily onto the branches and on the nose of the plane or on the under the nose of the plane, whatever. You slip right through, and right behind you, like she was born to do this, is Debbie. Even with her horrible shoes, which I know what she loses her shoes as she gets there, but she's booking it. Yeah, Hollywood. She is out climbing like she's been doing this her entire life, which is a Georgia good girl, would not be surprising. Daniel, you quickly follow, just kind of swinging in, surprisingly agile. You don't mean to, but you know sometimes mistakes happen, and you just make them look good. You kind of swing through, look around like the cameras are like what's going on? Daniel, David, Jesus, Claude, you pull yourself out just in time as another shift happens, and you see Malone, Bronx, and Jay, the bartender, kind of look at each other surprised. A Bronxy, he grabs a Malone and throws him out, and then he just climbs out. And Jay is going down with the ship if no one's going to stick with him. Okay, you can make an athletics roll 4.
Why do you hate me?
No, because I realize your athletics roll is 3, so I need to make it hard.
3.
Okay.
Spend a style point.
Yeah, I'm going to spend this out.
Okay,
Good.
cool.
Save the bartender.
You reach out and grab his hand just as the entire ship just sinks, kind of flips over as it finally reaches that point of like, oh no, it's going down, and it sits on its side, and then it just starts crashing through the entire branch into the jungle below. Robbie kind of falls with it, but you kind of grab onto his hand just in time, and he's hanging there, and you pull him up, and you guys are all on the tree bed, just holding on for dear life as the tree's actually kind of swaying in the wind. There's a breath, the breeze blowing over the tundra, and as you kind of just laying there, you realize something as you're looking around. There is no way you're on an island. You are somewhere that is massive. You could see miles upon miles. It's actually a really weird perspective. It looks like you're looking as out and the trees are warping upwards in the distance. Instead of a horizon, it's an opposite horizon. Above you, you see a glistening ball of bright light, but it's not like our sun outside in the sky. It's not like you're looking at stars. It's a dimmer light, but a stronger light as well. It's kind of where the sun has that distance, you kind of actually can see the spots more, and it burns a little bit as you look up into it. You kind of have to shield them as you look away. This is not somewhere that you're used to. This is something that's completely foreign to you. And as you're sitting in the trees and the wind's blowing, you suddenly hear in the distance a huge roar of something down below. Something in this jungle. Something that's waiting. And then what follows is something that you've heard every day for the past 5 years. Every spider that was spotted, every mouse that you had to kill, the scream in the distance.
She's alive.
The ghost of Sebastian appears like, save my daughter, but remember the promise. Don't lay a hand on her. I know! Jesus! Stop this! So, you guys are all standing.
How can we see the ground from where we're at on this tree?
No. But you can see the cliff, like a cliff in the distance that
The one that you climbed from?
Yeah. It looks like you can, especially if you're pointing it out, you know that you can kind of take, it's like, oh, that's where the landing, a good spot to get down is.
All right. Let's get to the cliff.
Oh, there's one screwy island we landed on.
I don't think we're on an island. Let's go.
Like I said, it's a very screwy island.
You guys start moving towards through the jungle, through the woods. To Grandma House we go.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna make you roll. You guys have rolled left and right and wasted a lot of your points. Speaking of, I like everyone that's been doing this so far, playing your characters wonderfully. You get each at 1 point, and you guys climb right. And Jesus, you endangered yourself by what's your motivation again?
Duty.
Protecting your fellow man. I like that. And you guys get out to the cliff head, and you kind of step out from the trees. Jesus, your character helps every Claude, helps everybody pull on. Malone doesn't seem to want to be touched, but Bronx helps him up instead. Right. And you all are just finally just standing there, and down below from where you guys crash, you can see bellowing smoke from where you assume the plane is on fire.
Do you have a general idea of where the scream came from? No. Hell. Actually, can I roll survival?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That'd be a 5. Because why not? 2.
You have a vague sense that you think it came probably on the same level, not down in the valley. This level, you think, but...
All right. Then... All right. There may be more survivors that might have fallen off while I was crashing through. We can probably follow the path it went through that way.
All right.
You might want to roll orders if you want to get people to follow you, because Malone has... You could tell Malone's doesn't like you.
All right. Let him not like me. 2. 3.
Yeah, 3.
All right.
Malone just kind of eyes you for a second. He pulls out his gun and he checks it, and he has a couple. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna follow that, and I'm gonna lead the way because I got the weapon. Anybody wants to complain?
Go ahead. Be in front.
Bronx, you got a weapon too? Yeah, boss. Okay, you're gonna be in front." Bronx actually reaches into his jacket. He pulls out just a sawed-off shotgun. looks around, kind of, big hulking shoulders. He's like, all right, let's go this way. Mm-hmm. He just starts walking. Malone's right behind him, just trying to, clean his suit as they're walking through this, the brush. Mm-hmm. So you guys are just following
the path.
The path. It goes on for maybe half a mile, just clear debris. You do see occasional. You guys make perception rolls to see how well. Anything above a 6, you get amazing.
Okay. What was perception? Perception's a skill?
Yeah, it's a secondary attribute.
Oh, secondary attribute. Oh, okay.
And occasionally, I'm going to tell you can't spend points afterwards. So
Just one. So
2.
4.
okay, 4 is good. You didn't get the amazing one, but for as you're moving, you actually see a dining. You see like this luggage with clothing in it. But the best thing you find actually a dining cart that had a lot of just bottles, some bottled waters in it, and stuff like that. So you guys actually find drinking water and a few sandwiches that were wrapped on a plate and stuff. And you just kind of, Deborah looks around and just finds.
I was going to ask, is there a tablecloth there?
Yeah.
I want to pull it out and I'm going to throw it over Deborah's shoulders.
Yeah, she actually, she actually likes that. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take off my jacket and try to turn it into like a backpack or something to hold.
Yeah. You guys start shoving food and water into your backpack, and right now you look around and there's just nothing but woods, nothing but jungle. You've pretty much reached the end of your entire. For a while, it just kept on getting less and less like scarring. That's what it is, jungle scarring, until the point where you're just kind of moving forward for moving forward's sake, unless you want to change a path and make a survival roll, do whatever. Okay. But right now, Malone and Bronx seems to be just heading straight ahead.
Okay. You're doing a survival roll.
So what are you looking for?
Anything that looks like civilization? Or anything like that, or probably not.
Well, what do you?
Well, you would look for signs of civilization would be paths, or just anything that's fallen off the plane.
Yes.
Great, I like it. So let's make another roll for that. This is more towards paths, footprints, whatever.
Mm-hmm. 2.
Okay. You do indeed find signs of a mile, like a small path. You actually see a single track.
Okay.
But it's barefoot and it's a lot bigger than Sibby's foot would be. So it's not Sibby's footprint.
But that's the only thing I've got.
And you start moving in that direction.
Okay. Hold on. Someone's walked this way. Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
No one's fighting you on this unless someone.
Yeah. No, just look at the track. It's a barefoot, rather large. I look at the beauty queen a second.
She kind of follows your gaze, follows you back, and then she just kind of gives you a look like, "Oh, shut up, pig." And she's like, man, you're just collecting this. Okay, you guys start moving your way through the jungle, occasionally coming upon a track, occasionally coming through a broken twig, and until the point where. Make a perception roll. Oh, alertness. If somebody has alertness, they can roll it.
4. It's just about as good as it can get.
Is it alertness instead of perception?
Oh, isn't alertness as a skill?
Yeah. Well, you said if you have alertness.
Oh, alertness. Yeah, roll alertness. This is more of a response.
Okay,
to
so I don't have that.
Okay, so.
Oh, no, because I roll my perception.
Yeah, I roll perception just so if it's not, then never mind. I don't have it yet.
Is alertness actually a skill? I guess not. I guess it is perception.
I guess it's perception. Oh, yes, I'm in.
In that case, 4.
3.
You guys get it immediately, but after a second or two, Angela, you're pretty much quick on the uptake. You're being followed.
Well.
You feel not only you're not being followed, you're being almost feels like there's someone behind you and someone to the side of you. A couple people. It feels like you keep on looking up and the branches are swaying as there. It looks like you would know from the war, and maybe you would know from your extensive character researching General Berkeley of the
Yes.
during your movie, that it looks like someone's trying to surround you.
Okay. I suddenly walk up to Malone. Malone,
Yeah, what?
we're being followed.
The fuck?
I want to climb a tree. I'm curious about what's going on up there.
Make a stealth check. Do you have stealth?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm a talker.
Go ahead, make okay, so
I'd say Dex.
go ahead, Dex. Do you have athletics?
Oh, head navigation.
I have acrobatics now.
Yeah, do acrobatics to try to just climb a damn tree. No athletics, just climb a damn tree.
0.
You, I got this, and you just grab the tree, and then you just kind of sink down.
Okay.
As it's not your fault. It's actually as you grab
Do I
it.
sink into quicksand?
No. You start climbing, and then your hands grab onto something incredibly slimy, and you slowly slide down, and it's covered in like this thick, seeping maple. As you're like, you finally pull your hands like away from the bark. You're trying to wipe it off, but as you slap your hands against your like your knees to wipe it off, suddenly it feels like it's getting harder and harder. So make a strength check to try to pull your hands from your knees.
2.
2. You finally pull them away, but you take a good chunk of your pants, your pants legs with it. Not like you pull off your pants, but your knee areas with it.
Okay.
And
Not have ventilation.
yeah, and you kind of like hold your hand up so you're not just continuously like grabbing your own accident. So you're just like but yeah, now you're just kind of sticky hand.
Okay. Malone, if you got an extra gun.
Malone reaches into his pocket and he pulls out he pulls out a small gun, very small, crappy gun, and gives it to you and says, yeah. Hey, who's out there?
For the love of God.
Who's out? Don't you mess with me. My name's Malone. I'll mess you up and enjoy it.
Okay. Ladies and you in the middle.
What? I'm an actor.
All right. Shh.
All right.
And what I'm going to try to point Malone and Bruiser or Bronx in pretty much to circle around everybody else. I'm going to try to order anyway.
All right, try. You have to make an order roll.
Okay.
A difficulty 4.
Because you hate me. We've established this already. 0.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, what they do is they have a better plan, which is Malone shoots two bullets into the brush, and Bronx backs up and fires a shotgun in the air, saying, "Don't mess with us! Don't mess with us! Don't!" And they stops as probably 30 or so. You would call them natives. Stand up with spears and blow guns and just bows, and they're all pointing towards you.
Please stop shooting into the forest.
And Malone, he's immediately, this is the Chicago Malone of he knows when to give up. He immediately, I'll mess you. He just immediately just raises his hand, like the gun, like limply hanging from him. He's like, okay. And Bronx seems a little bit more startled. He looks like he's going to take a shot if someone doesn't want to stop him.
Bruiser, put it down.
Do you want to give him an order, or how do you want to do this?
Okay. Order it. Down! No! 3.
He slowly lowers it down after a second, and the natives start, they're chanting to each other and hooting and hollering, and it's a jamboree, and they start moving towards you. It's a collection of men and women, both with spears, and Deborah, she kind of gets close to you, trying to clearly worried because they're natives, and of course Jay follows close to Deborah because he's a pervert. No, but just because Jay's scared as well.
I actually put Jay underneath ladies. I just didn't realize it.
That's fine. He's perfectly acceptable, sir. It's a felony to tease the clown mouth. They point to you and start barking orders, and then someone suddenly points towards Harrison, and he screams out something, and all heads towards them.
You've got to be kidding me.
Hota, hotita, Rabasin, Robertson.
Look at them all.
Robertson.
Oh,
Robertson.
I know what's going on here.
They're on their knees just chanting Robertson. Robertson.
I know what's going on here. This was exactly what happened with the exotic natives in my box office hit, Hell Natives of the Amazon Jungle.
Hell natives! Hell natives! One stands up. These are just your basic. They look like Hollywood extra natives. There's some African American natives. There's some Indian. There's some Mexican. There's some blonde. There's some white. They're a collection of cultures, but they look very. They look like they take their LARP serious. That's what I'm going for. So they're not their stereotypical natives of like hell natives, but they are very native looking. They are authentic. Yeah, they are white, black. They're a mixture. And as soon as you bring up hell natives of
The Amazon rainforest.
the one says, Robertson, I need you to find daughter.
Why, yes, I will rescue your daughter. That's the exact line from the movie.
Yeah, it goes on for like a couple of them actually are stepping in, and then they get even more excited, and suddenly they're grabbing you and they're pulling you along. But for you guys, they have the spears out and they're just kind of aiming at you to follow.
Yeah, as they're carrying me away, I look back at it's all right. I think they worship me as their god.
Mr. Godlike figured perhaps tell them not to throw spears at us.
Just don't upset them, and it'll be fine.
You shut up, you extra. So they start leading you, and Malone's like, "What the hell's going on? You shut up, you extra." Oh, that Malone, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. And Bronx is like, "Okay," and he's like walking, like just lumbering through. They probably are more terrified of Bronx because they've never seen someone. Because while they're white, black, Asian, purple, whatever, they are kind of short. They're a lot shorter than you guys. They're pygmy. They're pygmy. They're the UN pygmies.
UN pygmies.
Yeah,
they're making awesome series. UN pygmies.
UN pygmies. Wow, we always have big problems because we're so short.
Oh, God.
So you guys, you get to after a while, about an hour of walking and an hour within the movie because they are acting out every part of that movie, especially with the sound effect. Boom, 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 boom. Roar! Can you save my daughter?
Yeah, he's just following along every line. He's like right on it.
It wasn't one of your best scripts.
No.
And suddenly, as you like break through like the brush, right there you see a broken plane. But it looks like it's a village. But right in the middle of the village is a giant plane that has been crashed, and not your plane, but it looks like a cargo carrier. And you recognize this plane. Or you recognize the idea of this plane. This was the plane that Hollywood would use,
right?
That to transport movies, like when they would fly over the Serengeti, that kind of stuff. They would drop you off, and then they'd send you back on a better plane. But this is where they would like put the film and the equipment and send it back,
right.
And that looks what it is. And as the word like it spreads, like these people are like screaming out, Robinson. More people are coming out of their huts, all excited for you. And as they're running by, they are screaming other lines from "Kill the Nazi! Watch out for the Nazi spy! Nazi spy! Nazi spy! Nazi!" They're pointing towards you guys, screaming "Nazi spy! Nazi spy! Nazi spy! Nazi spy!" And they get you to and suddenly the door of the airplane opens up and a big fat woman walks out and she holds up her hands and everybody silences. She steps down, waddles down like the makeshift staircase that they've made, and she leans against her walking stick and moves towards you, and then she says, "You are Star. You are the star."
Yes, I am.
"Of the gods. You bring light to the world, the screen. You have shimmering smile and a buttocks that can bounce quarters off of." You remember that was in a magazine.
You should tell my critics that.
Critics, yes, critics. They whisper. And she bows to you, and she's like, Robertson, you honor us with your presence.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This is, thank you for bringing me here, me and my crew. Right? Guys, my crew?
Aye.
Yes.
Ah, they extras, yes.
Yes, they're my extras.
To be sacrificed.
No.
Wait.
No.
No,
yeah. Deborah's
No.
also like, what? Excuse me. I'm sorry. No. Malone, he would have taken, but they've actually taken their. They know what a gun is.
Okay.
Because of course, Nazi spy.
Okay.
And she looks very confused, and she leans forward. She's like, "You sacrifice extras to make lucky for sure. That's how you survived the Hell Natives. Your extras died."
I pull out my notebook. It's like, this all makes so much more sense.
We want your luck.
You want my luck. Well, it's all right. These extras are actually already, they are for another movie that I am working on, for another adventure, not...
Movie? They look
Yes.
very confused.
I mean another adventure, another record of my many adventures. Like the ones that you are...
Like
surely
the
already-
log you sent.
Yes!
He wants to see the log! And they're all running, like a couple of them run inside, and they grab like this giant sheet that's like kind of rolled up on top of it, and a couple of the kids are running down, so it's like a tented sheet, and they lay down on the ground, and really tight, so it's a nice slick surface, and and it's in the shade, and suddenly you hear from like, someone's cranking, beep, beep,
Someone's
beep,
actually making that
beep.
noise in the
Yeah,
corner.
someone's like, you're spinning, and you see like 5, 4, 3, 2... The Adventures of... And you see the guys, like, one of them, they're spinning the records. Clearly, they've made this work. Like, they have the record that they're spinning. So it's a little out of sync, but it's the Escape from the Hell Natives, starring Robertson. You got you look towards the camera as if it's a surprise to see there, and then strike a smile.
Is there like a skip in the record which accounts for his name being smushed together?
Oh, yeah, it's... Robinson! And everybody's just chanting, and it seems like it's an incomplete film, as in, what most likely happened was they filmed a lot of shit on this film roll, but they hadn't cut it. So at one point, it's like, starring Robertson! You flash a smile, then you're like beating up a T-Rex person at one point, and they're all cheering, and then at one point, like, you see like someone getting shot, or like, one of your extras, getting shot, and then you suddenly get that vengeful look in your eye, and you punch it doesn't make sense as a movie.
Right.
And you guys are just watching, just agape. And the natives at the end, it's only lasts for 10 minutes. 10-minute roll at that, and then it just stops abruptly, and they turn back towards you, and the old woman she moves forward, and she's like, Robertson, you honor us. You say you want to complete movie.
Yes.
Excellente. You said excellent once. Excellente. Excellente.
This is the weirdest day I've ever had. The weirdest.
We pleaded with you. We begged that you would come to us, that you would save us, because we have the adventure for you to save us.
Well, of course, that's what I do.
Of course, we would let you have your extras to die, to give you power during the adventure.
Oh, no. I need the extras alive for now.
Until you need more luck. Yes.
Yes, and I will let you know when I need that luck. And I give Marcone a look. Like,
Yeah. McCorn like squints at you, looks towards the little kid, and the kid like punches his fist into his palm and then points at him. A move that you did in that film at one point towards a ape man.
yes.
And you look back. She's like, "We are being attacked every day by Nazi spies. Nazi spies. And they actually point towards like the side of the plane, and painted on it is not a Nazi. It actually is a man with like horns on his head, battle axes, and all that jazz. Anybody with a hint of history, Vikingish, but they're the enemy. Thus, they are the Nazi spies.
Clearly Nazis, I see.
Nazi spies, Nazi spies, Nazi spies, Nazi spies. Ka-cha. They have given us 1 week to give them food that we do not have. So we prayed for the Rabazan, to help us. You will go do battle with them and save us, yes.
Yes, battle. This is what I do. I always knew it would end this way.
You will do battle for us! And there's just a celebration. Suddenly, the guards that are surrounding you, they hold up their, they assume you're, and one of them wraps his arm around you and like, yeah, buddy! Yeah, buddy! Very excited. There's exuberant dancing around. Angela, what are you doing during this entire exchange? You have your you have your pad out, and you're just
Taking notes.
Oh, this is a scoop.
Yes, I have the scoop.
Deborah leans to the side and she says, "Is this a big enough scoop for you?"
The biggest.
Well, that's good, dear. I think I'm just gonna faint right now.
Oh, jeez.
And then she just faints to the side.
Okay.
And as soon as she faints, everybody looks towards your gasp and looks towards you as if you're going to get powers. Then looks towards her, and someone pokes her with a stick, and she kind of groans and says, "Not dead yet." Oh. Then guy gets an idea and raises his spear slowly.
Nope, not yet. I go I pick her up in my arms, do like a romance thing. Like, it's all right. We'll make it out of here.
She's the guest star. He's the guest star. Like all that stuff, and she's just fainted. And Malone, right next to you, says, "You gotta be." What the? And it just changes the scene as you both are just staring there like the Bronx, like, what in the? Dun, dun, dun. It's like the Ewok song. Dun, dun, hopa. Dun, 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 dun. So the party's going on all through the night. Unless you guys want anything important to happen, anything that you want to get anybody, check up on anybody. If you want to ask me any questions of what anybody's doing, just right now is the time. And tell me what you are doing. Like, there's a festival going on. There's, that food supply that they're supposed to be getting for the so-called Nazi spies? They've decided to use it to please their god.
This is right and
The
proper.
god in their tummies.
So, Daniel, you are C-3PO. They have you on the chair and they're bouncing you around and you're just sitting there.
Chub, chub.
Chub, chub.
Chub, chub, indeed, little buddy. Chub, chub, indeed. Yeah, no, I got a role to play.
Yeah,
so I'm there playing up the role and getting about as drunk as I'll let
Well,
me.
after I assume they're all distracted by His Holiness.
Oh, yeah.
Robertson,
No one's watching you.
I'm gonna look over everybody, just asking everybody in our small group if they're doing okay.
Yeah, well, as you start doing this, finally, you find Malone and Bronx are kind of just like leaning against the side of Malone is leaning against a hut, and Bronx is just like right there with a shotgun. They've given you your weapons back. It doesn't look happy at all. It's like, you believe this shit?
It's not the way I imagine my day would happen, but apparently it's the way it is.
Goddamn natives! It's like I'm in Oregon again. Oregon.
Oregon had natives.
You ain't been in Oregon if you don't know what I'm talking about. Look at this guy, Bronx. Ridiculous, ain't he? Yeah, boss, he's ridiculous.
How the hell you became king of Chicago? I'll never know.
You want me to show you? I can show you right now.
In the middle of these natives? Go
You
ahead.
think they care? You're an extra. Might give him powers.
Actually, just smirk a little.
Okay, good.
I walk off towards Deborah and... What's your character's name again? Sorry.
Artie.
Artie?
Artie, what are you doing right now?
Artie is taking notes on the festivities of the native people. It's at the top of her notebook. wherever the hell we are.
And sitting next to you is a very annoyed-looking Deborah. Luckily for her, they did have a change of clothing for her. It's the most stereotypical native outfit that she could ever wear, and she's not happy about it. She actually has the tablecloth still around her. She's like, this is a joke. First, I had to dress in that swimsuit, that little get-up for a Lionel soap. And by the way, it gives me a rash every time I apply it on my body. And now I am Barbaria, queen of the Amazon people, with my old goodies flashing out. If my mama could see me now, she would be rolling around her grave, which she ain't in yet, but she would be rolling there because she'd want to be dead because her little girl's dressed like, I'll say it, a Tennessee hooker. It's like totally the loincloth and the she does not look
Coconut bra.
Not the coconut bra, but it's like the tightly bound like a bone right here is like what's keeping like the two slabs.
The fur bikini.
The fur bikini, yeah.
Well, it's, as I walk up, well, it's good to, mingle with the crowd, I guess, because you have to be part of the...
Out.
I just suggested...
Keep walking. Okay.
Just wanted to know if you guys were okay.
Yep. Keep walking.
All right, fine.
You see
Or
Jay.
you're not okay.
Oh, Jay's there. Is Jay there? Or?
Jay, yeah, he's...
They actually put him in the ladies' hut?
Yeah, well, no.
No,
Jay's just kind of sitting there, and the kids are poking him with with their sticks, say, "Stop, guys! Stop poking me!
How you doing? Hey! I brushed the kids up. Hey!
They all rush away, giggling.
How you doing, Jay?
That's okay. They're calling me the comic relief, so I don't know if that's a good thing or bad. Do they die?
Well, it depends on the movie. In most cases, you survive because you need the funny line. In other cases, you die horribly. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh man. Okay, well, look, I am very funny. I kind of have a joke that's kind of my thing. Okay,
all right, lay it on me.
Okay, so okay. There's a chicken, and the important thing to know that chickens they're kind of scared usually. But this chicken, he's crossing the road because he didn't have the guts to.
My con. I find that. Yeah. 2.
I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. Okay,
it's just a movie, man. It's just a movie.
Okay, whatever. Yeah,
you'll be fine. Just ask for a spear and some armor, and maybe a couple of guns. Maybe hide behind.
I'm not really the guy to be asking for that. He shifts his eye towards the guy who currently is being fed grapes by 3 very beautiful women.
That is a valid point. Give me a second.
And a man. Okay. You've had men in your movies that are very muscular, and it's been very confusing which way you lean. Some of them.
It's Hollywood.
The wrestling bit is very confusing.
Okay. I walk up to Robin. Oh, holy Robertson.
Oh, hey, one of my many extras.
Extra, read all about it.
Your Holiness. Whatever. I was just wondering if, since these natives have obviously seen guns before, they might know where to get more or better guns.
That's an excellent question.
Since we're fighting their battles for them.
I look up at one of the ladies. What was your name again? Conchita? Conchita! Do we have more of these, bang, bang, boom, boom sticks?
Do you want automatic 45? they know the weapons.
Excellent! Yes.
I do have pointed firearms, so I can describe what.
As many of those as it takes.
Yeah, they nod their head. She rushes off in her fur bikini because that's what they wear here. Everyone wears the same thing. It's even the guy wears the fur bikini because they don't want to show their chest.
It's that kind of tribe.
Yeah. It's that tribe.
I'm okay with this tribe.
You know how Star Trek has, in the Next Generation, they try to make everybody wear, you can wear it's ambiguous, pants or a skirt. They all went skirt. In the skirt and fur bikini. Nipples are very offensive in this group because they never show them in yours.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, she rushes off, and as you guys are just sitting around, finally the feast is happening, and you are talking, and the shaman comes up leaning against her staff, and Malone's just brooding there because he's kind of near the kids, I guess. You guys have a chance to ask questions, and she's, she pulls off like it looks like a lizard of some sort, a giant lizard, and puts the leg right in front of you, and eat up! We are craft services! Craft services! Oh, yeah.
Well, this looks...
And they also give you they open up the sacred a meal, which is a can of pudding, and put it in front of you. Oh, it's totally what Hollywood puts for craft services.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Eat up!
Only you get pudding.
He just like looks at everyone, just takes it.
Oh. So yeah, they're eating, they're talking a little bit, just mumbling. But if you have any questions, go ahead. Okay. Time for questions now. All right. Everybody else is like Jay's eating, everything like that. Okay. We are so happy. We summoned you. We used ancient magic to summon you here. We are so happy you came.
Ancient magic, you say?
Mm-hmm.
What type of ancient magic is that?
There's kind of a silence, as if the person you're talking to wants to answer, and he looks around, and he looks towards you find her, it's called the Grand Director, the woman, and she looks up, holds up her hand. 3, 5, 4, 3. They all start making that noise. And then and she stands up, and it's totally... Listen to the weekly world of weird. Our first story. It's like a newsreel. She just starts talking about the Atlanteans, their technology, to bring those you desire to the world when they are needed. And she points towards like this device, and it's a glowing. It looks like a crystal. And you see Malone's face just light up, and it's a giant crystal with a crack down it. It's still smoking. And she looks towards you. She's like, "We have never used the wish stone of the Atlanteans, but as our ancestor said, the combined collective consciousness, if you have enough people, can be used to pull someone that you need into your world. And that is what we did for you. We brought you here."
Wait.
Hour 5. Amazed the natives know the term collective consciousness.
Hey!
That is just offensive.
National Geographic!
But the National Geographic talks about collective consciousness?
Maybe.
Screw you! You are a very mean woman. Can we kill her?
Right.
You go through women left and right.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, it's like, no, she said.
Yeah. Yeah, they know what collective consciousness is. Of course they are. We are descendants from the slaves of the Atlanteans. They talked about the metaphysical, the spiritual, the string theories.
What?
The combining of the atoms in the electric. She goes off in this scientific tangent.
Shit that
Ain't
we
been-
had
yeah.
to come up with.
Yeah.
And you get a look on your face. They're just repeating shit that they don't know what it is. It's kind of you get the sense that it's scientific. The faintest sense, I'm not. But it sounds like they're repeating like a 5-year-old repeating an equation. So they have no idea. It's a ritual, but it sounds kind of scientific. You should know because you played a mad doctor in Rise Will You Rise.
Wait. They brought us here? Are you telling me they crashed the plane to bring you here?
No. Just a moment. You'll notice how many of them there are. How many of them we are. We are honored guests, and it stays that way.
Malone is red in the face now as he's staring at you. Just murder in his eyes.
I look back, Malone. Remember, extra.
Oh, I'll remember that. I'll remember you calling me that.
Yes, well.
Well, I'm sorry, Deborah brings up. She's like, I'm a little bit confused. Atlanteans, wishing stone. Where in Tarnations are we? And they look at kind of confused. They're like, we are here. We are inside the great shell of the Warner Brothers nut. Warner Brothers not. Warner Brothers not. It is the one.
The
The one.
tower.
It is like they're the Warner Brothers. Like they had the globe that was spinning, right? At one point.
No.
That was
that was Universal.
Universal not. Universal
I was gonna
not.
say,
We're
I like the idea of living in
Universal.
the Warner Brothers water tower.
Okay,
like
wait.
the animated
Wait, the
ones.
Universal
Universal.
globe? You were inside the globe.
They kind of look at you and they don't know what globe is, but they just say
We're on the circle Earth. The planet.
inside the Universal knot.
But I still get
You hear a popping, pop, 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 pop. The celebration begins. Popcorn. Get the snacks. Get the snacks. Go to the lobby. Get the snacks. Get the snacks. And you see them like roasting like these. It looks like corn, but it's it's like as big as your arm.
Okay.
And it's just popping and they go through like, let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
Great.
Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves some snacks.
Great shaman person.
Yeah, they bring up the big pile of popcorn. It looks a little too green to be popcorn, but it tastes good apparently because they're just chewing it down.
Tell me a bit about these enemies we're supposed to be facing.
Ooh, Nazi spies.
Could you be a bit more specific?
They are very dangerous. They raid many villages. We had a vast network, a vast industry throughout the entire lands. But slowly they dwindled down our numbers until we have one. They would rip off our heads to those they would catch, put them on spikes. Sometimes they would throw the heads into our camps to scare our children.
They sound absolutely pleasant.
They'd eat our flesh, sometimes when we were alive. Those that have escaped wished for death for what they saw. Rotten teeth, rusted metals, a heart of anger, a heart of violence.
What do they call themselves?
They call themselves Kaiser. Kaiser Legion.
Wait, no.
Kaiser Legion. They arrived one day looking for something. And they brought death in pain to us. But then, when we came together, we formed, through the eyes of Robertson, a better nation, a better company. We are the Universal Knot. Universal Knot. Combined, we live inside the Universal Knot, and we are universal.
This has been the weirdest day.
It's perfectly all right.
But we don't have to worry. When they come in the morning, you will smite them.
Of course I will. It's all right. I turn to soldier. I understand what's happening now. I am on drugs, and this is all a hallucination. It's going to be okay.
You wish.
More popcorn!
They bring out more popcorn.
He's like, his motivation was escape. He's like, I'm clearly high!
My motivation is, well, we're fucked either way.
Okay.
This is real.
So what do you guys do? They say there's going to be a small band of Kazar Legion coming in the morning.
Okay. All right. So, we can't escape. We're surrounded by these guys. We're going to be attacked by tomorrow.
The previews are coming! Suddenly, they're like near the fire, like they get people away from the fire, and suddenly kids run up and they're like, a reenactment of tomorrow, and a person comes in wearing a skull on their head, and they're like, in a world where I demand you give me your food, there stood a man. Another one, robber's son, and they do some cheap kung fu, and he punches them, and they fall out. Victory! Coming to a world near you.
Someday it's like watching this tear falling down my eye. That's beautiful.
Shaman,
I own that now. That's my rights. Copyrights.
Shaman, how many of the Kaisar are coming?
They bring a small encampment, no more than 5, 6. They do not fear us. That is their weakness. That is their shame.
What sort of weapons do the Kaisar bring?
Rusted spears, rusted battle axes.
Alright.
Shields. Let's not forget the shields. Shields, just so you know.
Okay.
Big mirror shields.
Alright. Well, we can't escape, and these people are going to get slaughtered. If this is real, I may also be on drugs. Good drugs, by the way. But if this is real, these people are going to get slaughtered. And then we'll die horribly or be enslaved. Because, Kaisar Legion. Only one thing to do. I come close to you. I need you to give me authority.
What?
Just tell them I'm in charge of military operations.
No. This will not work at all. Now, I've spent most of my life in Hollywood. I've got a pretty good career going. These people think they're craft services. They think we're backstage at the lot, as it were. I know
They push
how these people think.
like a hut away, and it's just a hollow. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I know how these people think. This isn't a military operation. There's a set. We're filming.
Excuse me?
As far as they know. We are setting the stage for a scene tomorrow.
Oh.
Pyrotechnics. Things on the floor with spikes. We did it in one of the movies.
Yeah.
There was the chase scene that was being chased by 20 natives, and
The
as
trap
they
was so obvious, though, when you put it in the first place. I'm sorry, these things bother me.
No, I know it's a low budget movie, but I was running. I came over the pit. I leapt up, swung over. They fell into the pit. It was beautiful. That is what these people are expecting.
So you want me to be the set designer?
What's okay? What's this military thing? You're in the military.
I was in the military.
There we go. You know how to fight.
Angela, you've been writing this entire thing down like a story, like notes and stuff, and you're trying to craft it. This is like the third draft of what you're writing. Make a writing check.
Yay.
You know how to set traps. You know how to predict enemy movements.
Right.
Well then, that's what we do. We use the natives and explain to them that we're setting the scene for tomorrow.
As you're like just finishing, you pull it back and you're reading it to yourself, and suddenly a hand comes up and swipes your notes, and it's the grandmother, the grand director. I mean, and she's like, "Oh, we have the screenwriter."
No, I'm
Screenwriter.
not. No, reporter.
She starts reading your writing, your article that you're working on, loudly, broken English.
It's not finished.
Actually, she slaps your hands on. And it seems
Screenwriter's always fussy.
yeah, it seems to motivate the people. They're actually, for a while, it seemed like they were a little scared. I mean, they've got the Robinson term. I mean, come on, who wouldn't be? He's so pretty. But now they seem psyched, like this, yes. And sometimes they're a little confused by this when you call them strange underbelly of the nut. But okay, whatever, they'll go with it. And by the end, they're hooching that they're ready for this fight, so they give it back.
Fine.
All right.
Thank you, Miss Public Speaker.
All right, so
I'm tired.
what do you want to do, Jesus? You have
Yeah, so after explaining all this, I turned to the natives like, "My people, tonight is a great night, for tonight is the night when we prepare for the greatest scene that will ever be filmed. You will all be my Co-stars! Yeah, he was about to call them extra co-stars!
That would have made them all cry.
Alright.
This film will go down in history, but it cannot be done without each and every one of you. This man
Hi.
is my set designer. You will help him create and set up the set for tomorrow morning. I want more of those grapes. Conchita, where did you go? Where did Conchita go?
Okay, you get more of your grapes. So how are you setting up this scene?
Okay. First, I'm going to need your weapon, your props, as well as digging
They're
up...
called weapons. Please don't take the ironic names that we give each other as we know these are weapons. This is an AK-47.
I need full weapon stocks. I need you 12 to go and start digging some pits. I'm gonna do.
You're the grips. Now we'll be ironic. No. So yeah, they start digging the pits.
Okay, I'm gonna start pretty much make this place a death trap to anybody who doesn't know what's going on.
Okay, so anybody got? There's a couple things you can use. You can use larceny to add some of the traps, kind of reverse making traps, and survival.
I have survival.
Okay, so what are you, Angela? You gonna help out any?
I do have larceny, so I'm disguising shit.
Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. You're helping disguise them. You are putting at the traps.
Okay.
Would larceny be disguising or would con be disguising?
Which one do you want?
Oh,
It's your choice. You know what you can do? I'll let you use your. If you want, it's a better roll. A con and
Synergy.
Synergy.
Yes, which gives me. I don't remember exactly what plus I get. Let me see really fast.
What? So Jesus, make your survival.
And I'm gonna use one of my points to get 2 extra.
Okay.
4.
4. Okay. And Angela, he has death traps. You have some spike pits. You have, you can use some spike pits and a few, like, fire, like, blasts, like, boom areas. And Angela, it's your job to make them look hidden.
Yay. Just looking to see if I can find the.
You know what? I'm just going to say, what's your average for the lowest one? What's your lowest average?
My lowest average between those two is a 2+.
Then take a 2. 2 more dice, and then roll it with your con plus, or whatever it is. Whatever the other one,
6.
Yeah. Ooh. You actually have to tell people to stop stepping in the traps.
Okay.
Stop sacrificing yourself. Okay.
Not time for the extra yet.
Okay, so the morning comes, I'm guessing, how are you guys out? You're out in the open? Or how are you going to be sent? In the distance, the scouts are telling you that they are coming. Mm-hmm. So how do you want them to lead walk right into the traps? Are you talking any first? So what are you doing?
Kind of can't just kill people without knowing more about them. We just have these guys.
I don't know. I'm perfectly fine with killing the Nazi spies.
There were Nazis in 1936, right? Yeah.
No, not really.
Okay, it's 1938.
Time travel.
Time travel again.
It ended up being the right number of dice, just showing you.
All right, cool.
Okay.
But were there Nazis in 1938? I mean, there's Nazis in...
They weren't really the Nazi party yet.
You know what? Maybe
Russian spies!
1940 it is. How about there? 1940.
You know, or it could have been 1935 when we left. It's a hollow earth. Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. They've got a film I haven't made yet.
Actually, no, I'm a soldier. These are enemies.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So you just want them to walk into the traps?
They're going to start walking into traps.
Okay, so where are you hiding? Each and every one of you. They will give you a weapon. You can have like a normal rifle, a normal gun, a normal whatever.
Okay, Can I have a double derringer?
Yes, you can. You can have a double derringer.
Okay, I got a 36, 30-06, I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a rifle.
Do you have anything?
No, I have absolutely zero
And a
weapon
revolver,
skills.
because it says I have a revolver.
They give you a revolver.
Yeah, I just have a basic
you have a revolver,
revolver,
I have the...
which I'm clearly holding wrong. Okay. Safety's on. I'm holding it like a prop, like like it's like any other prop.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the people are they're hiding in their huts. You have a few of the warriors waiting for you, and in the distance, you suddenly hear the marching. It sounds like one big foot stepping, boom, 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 boom. But then you start recognizing it's not perfect. It's multiple men marching in order, perfect order almost. And from the brush, from the path, you suddenly see about 4, 5, 6, 7 men. Some of them are wearing the spike helmets. Some of them have like the little the broom stick.
Crust.
Yeah, on their heads. Kind of rusted brass. Some of them it looks damaged armor, but they're wearing it pretty good. A couple broken shields, but they're moving forward. It looks like a mixture of Vikings and Rome. They have the big grizzled beards, and they're just moving towards they clearly are in formation, but they're not taking it very seriously because these people don't seem to be very worried. And do you have anything to say?
No, I was going to say that, as the Rabbits, I would be, out in sight with, a couple of the pygmy warriors there.
All right, cool.
Clearly visible, doing my best,
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah, I rolled, this guy has a ridiculous perception, and I rolled 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1.
Wow.
He's... Okay, there she comes walking down the street. It's basically skipping straight ahead. Hey guys, let's lock hands and walk together. And he steps right into your first strap, which is like a net with some daggers that you've typed to it. The net flies up and stabs him right in the body. Gets him. He's dead.
Okay.
And right as that happens, though, they all pretty much form up into a shield formation, and you hear one screaming in Roman. Anybody know Roman? Ancient Rome.
Latin.
Latin. Anybody knows Latin?
Nope.
Okay, so they're screaming in Latin, and suddenly you see two of them with their spears out. They're advancing forward, and they're going to. Yeah, that's much better. They, one marks a big X with their spear, where one of the spike traps, or the other one marks the other one where it's at. And then as soon as they get into the center of town, they withdraw their shields and they're screaming out. First, for some of you might recognize some of this language. It's Latin. Some other language, Mandarin, Russian, French, Spanish.
Actually, no. I would probably know possibly French. Depending on the war, it wasn't a Great War.
Yeah, you know French.
Okay.
The answer is surrender now.
No.
None.
None.
I believe we've got their
They
attention.
break out into further French to try to ask you, who the hell's talking about this, but then you don't know that much French.
Okay.
You know a little bit, surrender, which is one of the words you know from
The
France.
dog is in the pantry.
That's what you're screaming. They all look confused. And then suddenly, out from nowhere, let's see.
And Rob's like, you heard him!
A bullet suddenly is fired from the doorway, and then a shotgun follows it, and one of the guys fly back.
God damn it, Malone.
As Malone takes a shot at the guy, and that seems to be the start of the battle. So everybody rolls initiative.
All right.
Rob is like, who gave Malone a... Oh, I must have been drunk. Initiative. Which is 5. Give me
3.
There we go. 3.
Right, so you guys go first.
Okay.
So everybody, where are you at when tell me where you're at when you're firing.
Okay. I'm on the top of a tree branch, shooting down.
All right, so you're they're right under you.
Yeah. Do I get circumstance bonus or
Yeah,
something?
I'll give you one dice.
Okay, give me a dice. I'm gonna shoot them a lot and see what happens. I'm assuming death
Could be.
from above. 6, and with the one dice, I'm gonna shoot down and get 4, 6, 7.
7. Okay. Wow. Angela, did they get their armor class? What did they do?
Let me find it. Because have you noticed? I don't do combat in my Hollow Earth games. That's initiative, combat action.
Let's read how
attack.
combat actually works, gentlemen. Same
Let's see.
part-time God, same part-time later.
See, character calculates his defense rating, including any appropriate modifiers. She rolls her modified dice pool and compares it. Alright, so, they have defense as a secondary attribute. You take any add or subtract any modifiers for that, and
So his dice is like 9, and I say they have a defense of 5. He would get 4 dice.
No, they get to roll their defense pool, and then the difference is damage.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to say these guys have pretty good armor. So I'm going to say 5.
Well, mine is 5, and I probably am not the best. Defense is body plus dex.
So I'll give him 9. Like it matters. How much did you do?
7.
How many hit points do you have?
Me personally, 6.
You?
4.
I'm down to 3.
You're back.
5
You're
originally,
back.
right?
You're 5. Yeah. You blow one away. He flies back into the other ones, kind of disrupting the formation. Angela, you go next.
Woohoo! I am kind of crouched behind another tram down on ground level.
All right.
And let's see, I need 3, 5, 2.
You hit him, but it just ding off,
Yep.
and you go next.
Yeah, I'm not a fighter, so here's what I'm going to do. He's going to basically, use his acting to, again, make himself look like, because he is the ringleader here. And I go like, "You have bothered these natives for the last time! Now face me in combat!" And then he runs into towards one of the nearby huts, into which they have prepared some traps for just such an occasion.
I will take it. Great.
And hoping that since he's made himself look big, at least one or two will go kill that clown and run after him.
Okay, so what they're going to do first is there's 5 left because one got eaten by the lamp, by the trap. One got killed by you and Malone together. So there's 5. 2 of them are going to take off towards you while the other 3 are looking up. And one's going to throw his spear at you, and the other one's going to pull a musket out and fire, and the one's just going to glare.
Okay.
So the first one, his shots. 1.
3.
6.
Spend the point there. Lay my 1,000. There you go. I'm just going to take that. 3. 4.
No, 4.
4.
4, you get 2 points of damage to you.
Okay.
As the guy that throws his spear at you clips your leg.
Ugh.
All right. 2 of them take off into the hut,
The trapped hut.
and I'll say it because I think you paid the points for it. Suddenly, there's an explosion. That's where all your gunpowder went, and you come around the back where you had climbed through like a window, they'd cut like a hole for you to get out of, and you're just kind of holding. Yeah, you're fine, and everybody's hooting and hollering.
As I come around, one of the guys is still he's burned. He's
crawling
gone.
out,
He's
yeah.
crawling out. I grab him and go throw a punch, and it barely grazes him because I'm trained to throw punches that don't hit, but it barely goes. But since the guy was already out of
He rolls onto his back, and
I just I strike a pose blind. He's all ding.
Okay, so make an acrobatic roll to see if you can stand on the branch.
I have athletics.
Go ahead. Nope, acrobatic.
I do not have acrobatics.
Well, then try your dexterity.
Yeah, dex -2.
I have 0 dexterity.
You have
Seriously?
you have to have
No, I have dexterity -2 is 0.
Oh, well, yeah.
okay.
chance dice.
Yeah, you'd have a chance die.
So it's this sucker right here.
Yep.
Right? 1.
One.
Okay, you still fall because you need more than that, but you don't fall on your
You
head.
die.
Okay.
Yeah, you land right on top of one of the bodies. Take 1 point of damage as your spine hits the wrong side of the egg.
Oh, that hurt.
And let me see. So you killed 2. So there's 3 that was glaring up you. Okay, so next round, your round was you falling. Angela.
Hey, I'm gonna shoot again. Pew pew. 4.
4. You do 2 damage to one.
Aha.
He as he raises his spear to slice into you, you hear a shot goes on and hits him in the shoulder, and he spins around, just what's going on? Whoop, whoop, whoop. And you suddenly, it's kind of weird. 2 of them look like they're just going to bludgeon you. One has a bat in his hand, and the other one still has his his spear that he didn't throw, and they're about to bludgeon you, and she hits the guy off the bat. He spins a little bit, and as the guy goes down to stab you with his spear, he gets like knocked back by shotgun as Bronx walks out, just Chicago style, like his long trench coat that he now has sways in the wind. He's bam, 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 and you hear Malone saying, "Don't waste the ball. Come on." Okay, and now I'll let you go. No, you're on your back, so you get one more attack towards you. He tickles you with a feather. Okay, next round, when he did try swiping at you, but you rolled out of the way.
Okay. Shoot him in the face. See if I can. 5, 6, 7.
Nice.
5, yeah, you shoot him in the face. That's, you described the scene. he flies back, dead. You?
Okay.
Your turn.
Oh, shooting it? Awesome. Yay, shoot. 1.
Ding! Catches it. But at this point, there's
How many of them left?
There's 2 left, but they're kind of realizing like, oh shit, and they're taking off like a bat out of hell down the path and moving towards the forest.
Shoot him in the back. You can't let him bring him back the news.
All right, you can take a pot shot.
Okay. Shoot 1 in the back. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you killed the one because it already damn. You killed one of them, but the other one escapes into the jungle.
Oh, damn it.
Well, no one else saw it.
Can I spend a point to say I had some of the natives like on the outskirts, sort of like watching the whole thing?
I will let you spend the point.
Only one?
I'll let you spend the point, but I will roll to see if he. It'll be a fairly. I'll roll to see if he escapes.
All right, sure.
So
At least it gives us a chance.
Yeah, I'm going to give. So is this? There's this stuff at 3 in it. Yeah, this and give me a 9. I want 9. If he can get a 5, he escapes.
Fair enough.
The natives come back. 2 of them are dead. One of them's limping really bad. You said 6 at them. 6 of them to hide there to kill them, and they come back half their forces. 2 of them dead. One of them's barely hanging on, and the other ones look like they've been beating the shit out of. The guy got away.
Yeah, he saw like I'm looking like I understand why these guys were beat.
But they are hollering.
Okay.
It's not like you can think of it as offensive, but it's actually Hollywood to blame for their hooting and hollering because it's actually what they would do in a Hollywood set. Like, woo, 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 woo. It's like, oh, that's Indians.
Yeah.
That's racially insensitive.
Yes.
That's 1930s Hollywood for you right there.
Yep.
Old-timey thoughts.
Old-timey thoughts. Oh, now they're entertaining an old person. I'm Asian. Yeah, and so there's a huge celebration going on, and the queen, the grand director walks out, and she holds up her hands, and there's shh, no talking during the movie, no talking during the movie. She holds her up, and she's like, "This was just the beginning. This is just the start of a grand adventure. They will be back. And we will be ready for them." And you suddenly you find Deborah right next to you, and she's like, clears before she's like, "Excuse me, they're going to be back. I thought that was just I thought that was them. I thought that were the very violent raiding party." And the old woman looks towards her and she's like, "Oh, of course not. We wouldn't summon the robber son just for a mere few. He has to kill the hundreds of them."
Hundreds?
Once again, it goes. You see Malone stand up right next to you and says, "Oh," and then it goes. Like the screen's like, "Okay, what will happen next week, kids? Come back to Hollow Earth. Same Hollow Earth time. Same Hollywood area." And there's the first adventure that you guys had.
Yay!
That was great.
Yay!
The B team.
Fun times.
Good.
Okay.
What'd you guys think?
I loved it.
I
enjoyed it.
I had a blast.
Good.
I still had fun.
I was trying to give you guys each the reporter is surprised. I might ask you to remake your character, Angela, to add a little bit more. Whatever you want. I felt bad. I was trying to give you stuff to do with her.
I'm fine.
Okay, and I had fun just making it up.
See, at the end, I kept racking them up because I knew when combat starts, I've got nothing. Zero. Not a single combat skill.
Yeah.
So when combat starts, this is all I've got going for me.
No, yeah.
So that's why I was like, I'm just raking them in because I'm going to need them when the fight
Yeah,
starts.
most definitely. I was more even though. Like once fighting starts, I was in my element. But once out of it, I'm like, I can do angry. I'm really good at angry.
Good.
But yeah, that was a blast.
We had fun.
You ran into a cargo cult.
I was like, the moment I was like, it's a cargo cult.
Yeah, exactly. I was actually trying to think, and I was like, I'm just going to give him... I needed you to find something.
Yeah.
Or it's like, where are we
Of
for
course,
the
I'm
next...
sitting here and it's like, alright, so I can't use that idea in my campaign, and I can't use that idea in my campaign.
Yeah.
You guys are going to meet cargo cultists soon.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
these were the cult.
Nope.
And then I was like, well, what's the chances of you landing next to a place that, like, worship the guy? I mean, it seems like poor writing. And then I was like, fuck it, no, they summoned him with Atlantean.
it's a
tolerant.
pulp.
It's a pulp.
I figured that would, but I kind of like the idea
yeah.
of, like, no, they summoned him.
Yep.
Dude, the MacGuffin is the only way we're going to survive if we play this again.
Yeah.
So,
And honestly, like I kept thinking of what my professor, the person would do in this type of situation. Like, no, you're being the hard ass. You have to play the hard ass in this situation. No more giant robots
Yeah.
for now.
Oh, good.
Okay, but yeah, I did have fun.
Good. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you, Fanable, enjoyed it. That was our first adventure of my Hollow Earth game, where I made it out of nothing but, like, the thin air. So it went pretty good, I think. I just need to learn the system a little better. It's a little bit kind of... I do love the system, but I need to get a little better at running
well,
it.
it's just, the last several Hollow Earth games that we've played, combat hasn't been used.
Doesn't need to be used. It's perfect.
Yep.
So,
I mean, just basic skills and just basic rolling for shit. It's just so
Simple.
Simple and pretty intuitive.
yeah, and I
overall.
love this dice system. I love the taking the average when it's. I think the balance for taking the average, Billy. I'm going to try this next time we play in my game. Is if it's clearly something that is in your wheelhouse. You know, for my character, it's like the fast talking or the writing. Yours, Daniel, would be the performance. Jesus is beating people over the head. That sort of thing. It's like, yeah, most times I'll let you take the average. When it's other things, unless it's dirt easy, you'd have to roll for it. And then combat, I almost always require.
Yeah, the average one of those
Combat
things.
PCs have to roll. NPCs, you tend to take the
I
average.
think,
just to keep
yeah.
things
You know what I
going.
think it is mostly you need to remember? It's like when it's ideal circumstances, like you're performing and you're not scared.
Right.
Like you're not surrounded by natives and you need to perform something, then you're like, okay, go out and perform.
That is actually.
That's what I'm
going
to do, actually.
If there would be some, if in another game you would start imposing minuses.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to start
But
saying.
that isn't used quite as much in Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Adding dice.
the average thing, like there's like different approaches, I guess. Because it's like it's not clear. I mean, maybe it is in the book. I haven't searched seen that. If when, for example, you tell us to roll athletics, if you're supposed to tell us like
No,
roll
I'm
athletics
supposed to.
versus 4, or just roll athletics, we roll. And I was like, you needed a 4. You know, it's not quite clear if you as a GM are supposed to tell us what we're rolling
GM's
against or not.
choice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so if it's something that you haven't told us, then it's one of those like you tell me like roll athletics, and I'll go like my athletics average is 3. Is that good enough? And you'll go like no or yes, because if it is, then like I don't have to roll. You know, it's like it's one of those like like me going like, oh, would this be good enough?
Yeah, most
And
likely.
you'll
If
tell me yes
next
or no.
time when I get a little bit better handle on this, I will probably tell you what I want you guys to get me, and then you say my average is this. Can I do it my average? And sometimes I'll say no. It's you guys. This is kind of panicky, so no, you have to actually roll. But I had a good time. I think you guys have plenty of good characters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun group.
Good. How did I do the women in the group? I try to make them not so stereotypically
You did pretty
pulpy.
well.
Like I gave her the 1930s. Like this is embarrassing, but she seems smart, and she's smart. She just has to pay the bills.
Make that up. All right.
Make that out. Okay.
Check it out.
And you never found out how that girl got her girth on.
She was too nervous to talk about it on the plane.
Now you have plenty of time
All right.
until the Caesar's legions come in and kill us all.
It
Yes.
should be later this afternoon.
All right.
Guys,
Well, guys, this is Billy from the Fanable.com role-playing podcast, and I'm wishing you all to have some good pulpy fun. Well, guys, this is Billy from the Fanable.com role-playing podcast, and I'm wishing you all to have some good pulpy fun.